like how he sat there, and that's how he looks on the ice. Uninterested, no emotion, no answers. And I know it's frustrating because I'm sure he would love to have potted 7 or 8 goals now and be the talk of the town. But again, that's what he looks like on the ice too. And then you're looking for some sort of commitment, some sort of rage coming out of him. That kind of, hey, here I'm here, and this is not okay, and I'm going to assert myself in some way or somehow. And it hasn't really been there. It's like he's looking for a nifty, pretty play still, and they just aren't there.
Well, and the thing he was mentioning right now, too, the coach was, he needs to see Pettersson not waiting for a pass, like go to your areas, force the issue a little bit. What is it that happens sometimes when things aren't going your way, and instead of engaging the play, you're waiting for things to happen?
Yeah, you get tentative, and you're looking for the perfect shot, like the one he got in Game 2, where he just had to get it in the empty net, because you start feeling that that's the only way you're going to score. But again, that's counterproductive, because again, you're eliminating so many opportunities that could turn into chances, goals, and get you out of this funk. But again, it's not like we're sitting here and he's dominating and they got chances after chances. No, like you're sitting and you're like, where is number 40 right now? And that's a big step away from when we do talk about the chances are there and the play is there. But it's not, and the chances aren't really there either. I think he's got 15 shots in the playoffs so far, 10 games in. That's not enough for a player like him.
Yeah, and the shots have been a huge storyline since we've been tracking the statistic. It's the fewest amount of shots any team has taken in Stanley Cup playoff history through 10 games played. That's where the Canucks currently are, and you've got a journeyman netminder in the net for the Oilers here with Calvin Pickard. I mean, it's got to be a huge part of the game plan. Like, find a way to get some more volume tonight, Yannick.
Yeah, because even though Pickard, he was an upgrade on Skinner, it wasn't like you were sitting there and Pickard stole that game. No, They didn't really test him outside of Brock. Is it a 2-on-1 half breakaway?
Yeah.
Other than that, it wasn't like you were sitting there and he's robbing them again and again. No, he made the saves that Edmonton hadn't gotten from Skinner. Nothing spectacular, just average goaltending. So again, get to him, test him, challenge him, and put some real doubt in their mind, instead of like you're dangling that carrot of potentially turning Pickard into a savior for them without really testing them.
JT Miller, how you mentioned Pettersson didn't really show much emotion or anything, but JT certainly showed some emotion post-game, putting the responsibility on himself for that game-winning goal Edmonton scored with under a minute to go. And the coach mentioned he sent him a text message expressing his he was apologizing for a bad performance in Game 4. When a player reacts that way to a game, what are you expecting to see from him here tonight?
I expect nothing but from JT know what we've seen. Like, I don't think he was bad in any way in that game. That shift was bad, the last one, and I think they mentioned it wasn't just 1 or 2 mistakes. Like, they had the puck, they didn't clear it. I think there was 2 or 3 guys who could have potentially blocked that shot as well, but just kind of got in the way. So there were mistakes, but it's not like you're looking at JT's game in Game 4 and thinking, okay, the bottom just fell out of him. No, it wasn't there. He's been the emotional leader on this team and offensive catalyst, so I'd expect nothing but the best from him tonight.
Yeah, and the other part of the lineup changes is you're getting Bluger with Joshua and Garland again now, and that line had a ton of success, and I think that's where maybe the advantage is here for the Canucks, Yannick, if it works out. Like, sure, you're going to have your hands full stopping McDavid and Draisaitl and the Oilers' top 6. But if the Canucks can get a third line going, like that's where the advantage is in the lineup.
Yeah, no question. If that Bluger line can turn the clock back to before Dakota Joshua went down with that hand injury against Chicago, like you could potentially turn Lindholm and Pettersson into the difference maker. There's no question. And again, you're hoping that they will find that chemistry. And again, not taking any way because Gar playoffs right now, so they need to continue that. And hopefully they won't miss a beat now with going from Lindholm to Bluger, and Lindholm can turn something into the other line here.
We were talking before you joined us about the Edmonton Oilers power play and how the Canucks have played against them, and Edmonton scored in every single game. And I was saying, for the most part, I think the Canucks have done as well as you can against this Edmonton power play. What are you seeing in how the Canucks have combated them on the PK? And do you think it is possible to keep them from scoring a power play goal in the game?
Not if you take 3 or 4 penalties. I don't think so. So they're going to click at that high 20, low 30% over the course of the season and the playoff as well, because it's not like they're getting lucky. Like, the chances they generate are like grade A prime scoring chance, and it's not like they come off a power play and they've had one whiff at it. They come off and they've had 4 or 5 shots, and potentially a couple of them could have gone in. So again, you got to limit the amount of time you spend in the box, and then hope that you can survive, because there's a reason they were that good in the regular season. They showed it in round 1, and they're showing it again here in round 2.
It's just like they create so much chaos. Like, even if you've done a pretty good job through the first 90 seconds, like, hey, there's McDavid again, and he's wheeling around the zone, and he's gonna pull a guy out of position, and all of a sudden Draisaitl's wide open for the one-timer. I mean, we've seen that a couple of times in the series already, and if there's a broken play, they just attack, and I mean, there's just no holes on this power play.
No, and that's why they're so dangerous. Not like they have a set play and a set spot where they stand in and wait for one-timers. If one thing closes down, they do something else, and like they have a really good one-timer, a hard shot from the point, but teams give it up. Like, you would never see that. You would never see somebody give up a one-timer that shoots in the high 90s. But like, you can watch these power plays, and you have 4 guys sunken down so low. And they're still trying to connect through it. That's how good they are. And again, that just speaks again to the challenges that these PKs run into when they watch McDavid and Draisaitl start doing their cycling.
As for the Canucks power play, it struggled last game, obviously. And we've seen the Oilers be incredibly aggressive defending the blue line, even in zone. You know, they're really hounding the puck, really pressuring the puck, like they know exactly what the Canucks are about to do. What are some ways that the Canucks can combat how aggressive the Oilers' penalty kill has been?
Yeah, you need the first 2 passes to be clean and good and crisp, and they haven't been. If they want to continue with that kick out on the blue line, that guy is on an island. He has to make a very good first pass there, and then you can start exploiting their aggressiveness. The problem is they haven't gotten in and gotten that first pass. They get broken up every time they just get inside the blue line. So you didn't get a chance for the Oilers to run around and really chase. You haven't gotten a chance to tire them out. After the first 30, 35 seconds, the PK will settle down, because there's no more gas in the tank after that, and you will shrink in, and that's when you start open up. But if you can't get those first 3, 4, 5 passes in to get yourself set to take the sting off the penalty kill, you're going to keep running into to fresh guys, because they're just going to change, and then the same thing you're going to see again.
I know a lot of our listeners heard Jay Mount Pleasant, James, and also Ramsey. They heard in the background that fans were chanting "Let's go Petey." So our morning show, Halford and Bruff, have been encouraging fans to inspire Elias Pettersson tonight by getting "Let's go Petey" chants going, and they're doing it in a concourse. They were doing it in warm-ups as the players were on the ice as well. What do you make of that? Players struggling, the home crowd trying to boost them up by chanting his name. Like, where do you come out on that?
Because they know how important he is. They know how important he is. Like, I have a hard time seeing Vancouver get out of this series without him having some sort of impact in the next 3 games here. And that's what fans want. That's what I want. That's what they want. That's what the players want as well. So everybody wants him to do well. And you don't have time to be upset, frustrated, get him benched or whatever it is you normally do in the regular season. You need him in 15 minutes. So you're trying to build him up, not tear him down.
Yannick, we always appreciate the time. Thanks for this.
Yeah, take care and enjoy the game.
There is Yannick Hansen, our pregame analyst here on the Canucks Central pregame show, presented by White Spot. It's Dan Riccio and Satyar Shah. Great game deserves a great meal. Order White Spot takeout during the playoffs and save 20% with code SAVE20. Some exclusions apply. Details at whitespot.ca. We heard the Let's Go Petey chants here in the concourse. They were also going on in the rink sat as warm-ups were ongoing. So job done from Halford and Brough in the morning.
Yeah, it certainly has been, right? And those guys, they can inspire Canuck Nation. They certainly have. And, listen, I'm all for it. I think it's a great atmosphere when fans chant to begin with. And I think in a situation like this where you're trying to get the guy going, I see no issues with it. I mean, I know some people were texting in and saying, oh, is that going to blow up in their face like Casey DeSmith? Last time I checked, the goalie, Pettersson doesn't play goal and doesn't need to worry about him getting overly amped and losing the center of his net. So I don't think the outcome is very comparable to begin with. And as far as, him being embarrassed by the chance, why would you be embarrassed by the chance? I don't know how it's a bad thing. I know Donnie today mentioned for superstitious reasons he doesn't want it to happen. You know me and my feelings on superstition. I don't believe in that stuff.
We've pretty much tried everything else with Elias Pettersson. The coach has tried almost about everything with Elias Pettersson. Why not try this? Canucks need it. I know some of our listeners are texting in 650 and mentioning what's Yannick on about. He's a little bit negative here. The series is 2-2. The Oilers have controlled the shot clock. They've controlled territorially. The Canucks have taken advantage of the Oilers' less than good goaltending so far in this series. And that is one of the reasons why it is 2-2. But there's no question there's a level for the Canucks that we have yet to see, but a lot of that is tied to getting Elias Pettersson playing closer to the level of a superstar.
It's true, and they need him to be at that level. And they also need, for them to really win the series, they need their top three centers to go, right? It's Pettersson, it's Lindholm, it's JT. JT didn't have the best game last game. Pettersson, of course, we've been talking about him being missing the last few games. Lindholm's been there.
Yeah.
Can you have a game now where all three guys get going? Now Lindholm's going to be playing with Pettersson. I think if you do that and you have that line with Bluger playing with Garland and Joshua, those guys can take any shift as well. I think it puts the Canucks in a position, if Pettersson and Lindholm really bring it tonight and JT plays his best, that they can have that advantage 5-on-5.
A couple of more texts coming in before we send it off for puck drop here at Rogers Arena. A couple saying Cole shouldn't be in the lineup. For as much as it's been a bit of a nightmarish series for Ian Cole, and that might be an understatement, I think he's such an integral part of the team. His calm demeanor, his leadership presence, his veteran presence as a guy who's played a ton in the playoffs.
I agree with all that, but at the same time, he hasn't been playing the puck like a veteran the last little bit.
That's fair.
I'm with you on that in terms of the room. I'm sure he is, but he needs to have more poise on the puck. There is, obviously the penalty JT took, which led to the first power play that Edmonton scored on. It was because he couldn't get the puck out. He turned the puck over twice trying to get it cleared out, and that's why they got hemmed in their zone. They take a penalty. Next thing you know, you're on the PK. You can't have shifts like that. You can't be giving the puck away, and that's one thing I want to see from him is, you're a veteran. You've been through it before. I want to see that veteran savvy and confidence tonight from Ian Cole.
Earlier tonight, just went final. The New York Rangers defeating the Carolina Hurricanes, coming back from a 3-1 deficit to win that game 5-3 and eliminate the Carolina Hurricanes. The puck drop between the Canucks and Oilers is coming up. I'm sure we'll hear a little bit more Let's Go PD ahead of puck drop. The Canucks Central pregame show presented by White Spot is done. Puck drop is next on the Sportsnet Radio Network.
BCers love hockey, and they also love burgers. What's even better is saving 20% off takeout during the playoffs. Order White Spot online and save 20% off with code SAVE20. Not valid on May 12th, June 16th, or on pirate packs and alcohol. Only at whitespot.ca.
What are you reading?
The email with detailed pricing on Parksville 96 in Surrey. This is awesome, and they're on sale now.
Are you going for the luxury package or the investor pricing?
One of each. A place to live and a mortgage helper down the road.
I can't believe the location and amenities. The park, SkyTrain, and so much to do right in the building.
And I can walk to work at the hospital and save a ton on gas and commuting time.
Let's do it.
The hardest work should lead to the best quality of life. If you're a skilled trades worker, you might not be feeling that way right now. But in Alberta, skilled trades workers can earn more, save more, and live more with better wages and a lower cost of living. Visit albertaiscalling.ca to learn more about the $5,000 moving bonus for the first 2,000 skilled trades workers who move to Alberta, stay for a year, and successfully apply. A message from the Government of Alberta.
Door to door or port to port, All Cargo Express is the leading Canadian international freight forwarder. Importing and exporting vehicles, heavy equipment, commercial goods, and personal effects, All Cargo Express offers ocean, air, rail, and truck services right to your door. With All Cargo's extensive experience in delivering their customers with prompt and efficient handling, you can have peace of mind knowing your shipment is in good hands. All Cargo Express, Canadian-owned and operated company since 1978. Explore their services or get a quote at allcargoexpress.com.
BCers love hockey, and they also love burgers. What's even better is saving 20% off takeout during the playoffs. Order White Spot online and save 20% off with code SAVE20. Not valid on May 12th, June 16th, or on pirate packs and alcohol. Only at whitespot.ca.
Hey, this is Quinn Hughes.
Miller, high slot for Hughes. With a wrist shot, he scores! Quinn Hughes throws it to the goal. It beats Sergei Bobrovsky.
And you're listening to Canucks Hockey and Sportsnet Radio Network.
The Canucks overcame a 2-0 third-period deficit to tie Game 4 late in Edmonton, but then they switched off in the final minute. Kane right corner. Gets it behind the net. Draisaitl stick handling down low. High slot. Bouchard shoots. They score! Bouchard threw it to the net. It found its way past Archer Shilovs. And the Oilers lead again 3-2 with 38 seconds left. Vancouver will need a big bounce back tonight on home ice with this second round All-Canadian Series now a best of 3. It's round 2, Game 5. The Vancouver Canucks and the Edmonton Oilers. The Stanley Cup playoffs are on the air live from Rogers Arena in Vancouver.
You're listening to Vancouver Canucks Hockey on the Sportsnet Radio Network.
Brendan Batchelor alongside Randeep Janda with you from the Jim Robson broadcast gondola inside Rogers Arena as we get you set for Game 5, Canucks and Oilers. And the keys to the game are brought to you by Avenue Machinery and Douglas Lake Equipment. Get your keys to the All-Star collection of Kubota products at one of their 6 locations around BC this spring. Visit DLEAMC.com for details now. And Randeep, the Canucks' first key tonight is to get to Cal Pickard in the Oilers' net.
Especially early on in this game. The Canucks got 2 goals against Pickard in Game 4, but that was late in the game. This is a veteran goaltender, mostly untested this season. You got to pepper him with shots and from high danger areas in this game.
Second key to the game for the Canucks is the new look line of Elias Pettersson, Elias Lindholm, and Niels Höglander. Those 3 guys together have to make a difference in this game, even if it's not on the scoreboard.
That's right. You got to be aggressive on the forecheck. That's why you got Höglander. You got to be good offensively and defensively. That's why you got Elias Lindholm. And you've got Petey on the wing now, which should allow him to play with a little bit more speed and not worry about defense so much. So Elias Lindholm might be doing the heavy lifting here, which should free up a little bit of ice for Elias Pettersson.
Starting goaltenders first for Vancouver, it's Archer Shilovs. He's 4-3 in 7 playoff games this year with a .907 save percentage. At the other end of the ice, it is Calvin Pickard for the Oilers. Made 19 saves and gave up 2 goals in the Game 4 win for Edmonton to even the series at 2 games apiece. The starting lineups are presented by Angry Otter Liquor. Check out Angry Otter Liquor, your playoff pregame headquarters. The Oilers start with Matthias Ekholm and Evan Bouchard as their defensive pairing. Up front, it's Ryan Nugent-Hopkins on left wing with Connor McDavid at center ice and Zach Hyman on the right side. For the Canucks, Carson Soucy skates on left defense, back into the lineup after serving his 1-game suspension. Tyler Myers is to his right. Hugh Suter begins the game on left wing. It's JT Miller down the middle and Brock Besser on the right side. And no surprise that it's still the Miller line being matched up against McDavid to start Game 5.
That is the big matchup. You want your best and most competitive center against Connor McDavid and make life difficult for him. That is JT Miller.
It's Game 5 between the Canucks and the Oilers from Rogers Arena. A crucial swing game in this best-of-7 second-round series. Whoever wins will have control and a chance to move on heading back to Edmonton for Saturday night. We'll have the opening face-off when we return in moments on Alpine Credit's Canucks Playoff Hockey on Sportsnet 650 and the Sportsnet Radio Network.
What are you reading?
The email with detailed pricing on Parksville 96 in Surrey. This is awesome, and they're on sale now.
Are you going for the luxury package or the investor pricing?
One of each, a place to live and a mortgage helper down the road.
I can't believe the location and amenities, the park, SkyTrain, and so much to do right in the building.
And I can walk to work at the hospital and save a ton on gas and commuting time.
Let's do it.
The hardest work should lead to the best quality of life. If you're a skilled trades worker, you might not be feeling that way right now. But in Alberta, skilled trades workers can earn more, save more, and live more with better wages and a lower cost of living. Visit albertaiscalling.ca to learn more about the $5,000 moving bonus for the first 2,000 skilled trades workers who move to Alberta, stay for a year, and successfully apply. A message from the Government of Alberta.
Door to door or port to port, All Cargo Express is the leading Canadian international freight forwarder. Importing and exporting vehicles, heavy equipment, commercial goods, and personal effects, All Cargo Express offers ocean, air, rail, and truck services right to your door. With All Cargo's extensive experience in delivering their customers with prompt and efficient handling, you can have peace of mind knowing your shipment is in good hands. All Cargo Express, Canadian-owned and operated company since 1978. Explore their services or get a quote at allcargoexpress.com.
The 2024 Outlander PHEV is now in stock. The world's best-selling plug-in hybrid vehicle is now more efficient, more powerful, and more sophisticated than ever, with rates starting from 4.49% plus the industry's best warranty. Elevate your everyday. Make new tracks at Applewood Mitsubishi in the Richmond Auto Mall or at applewoodmitsubishi.ca.
Splash's Bath and Kitchen is where you can find affordable luxury and time-saving solutions for your DIY bathroom projects. Time savers, like Max's U-Tile shower wall panels. Simply lock them into place for a professionally tiled effect without actually having to tile. With U-Tile shower wall panels, you can finish the job in a day, get a great look, and have the confidence of a 10-year warranty. See the experts at a Splash's Bath and Kitchen showroom or splashes.com for more time-saving DIY solutions like
Hey Insiders, TSI Mike here. Thank you for hanging out with us again tonight. Game number 5 of the Vancouver Canucks and Edmonton Oilers series. What a series this has been. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Make sure you hit that like button down below. As well, if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. We are getting so close to passing 20,000 subscribers. The push is on tonight. So if you're new here, please join this awesome insider community and hit that subscribe button. We'll talk to you guys real soon, and let's enjoy the game. It's going to be a good one. We know that. Who's going to get it done? McDavid and the Oilers, or the Canucks at home? Are they going to pull it off? Take the 3-2 series lead back to Game 6? We'll see. Let's see you guys in the chat. Get loud. Cheer on your teams.
No, that will continue. Here is public address announcer Al Murdoch ahead of tonight's game.
Please remain standing, remove your hats, and join Canadians from coast to coast and Elizabeth Irving in the singing of O Canada.
Elizabeth Irving in a sold-out building with the singing of O Canada here tonight at Rogers Arena. And with that in the books, it's just about time to drop the puck on Game 5 of the second round between the Vancouver Canucks and the Edmonton Oilers. The series is tied at 2 games apiece. Canucks wearing the home blue uniforms with the white and green trim will skate from right to left in the first period. The Oilers in their road whites with blue and orange trim will go from left to right. The referees are Dan O'Rourke and Francois St. Laurent. Matt McPherson and James Tobias are on the lines. Brad Watson is the series supervisor. The opening face-off is brought to you by Northview Golf and Country Club, the official golf course of the Vancouver Canucks. Legendary golf at its finest. Book now at northviewgolf.com. JT Miller making his way to center ice, having a quick chat with Brock Besser on the wing before he lines up opposite Connor McDavid to begin Game 5, a crucial swing game in the series. It's going to be a fun one. Enjoy it. And the Oilers win the draw. Evan Bouchard, right wing to center, clears it behind the Vancouver net. Shelov's out of the goal, throws it around the boards. Hyman tried a centering pass, blocked in the slot by Pius Suter. Susie gives it away in the slot. Nugent Hopkins shoots wide of the net, past the stick side of Shelov's. Hyman, far corner, pinned to the boards by Myers. Susie in to help out. It comes to McDavid behind the net. He mishandled it. Myers goes near corner for Susie, threw it around the boards. Bouchard couldn't hold him with his glove, and Besser makes a nice backhand rink-wide pass. Right wing for Miller with room into the Oilers. So centered in front. Suter was driving the net, couldn't tip it on target, collided with Pickard, and he's going to get a penalty. Oilers back to center. McDavid with speed to the Vancouver line. Left boards takes a shot. He ricked it just wide past the glove side of Shelov's. It rolls all the way back into the Edmonton zone. Besser on the forecheck will touch the puck, and the Oilers get a power play just 45 seconds into Game 5.
Unfortunate for the Canucks as they had a counterattack after an excellent opportunity for Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, who whistled the puck by the blocker side of Archer Shelov's, but going the other way, Brock Besser and Pius Suter on a 2-on-1, and Suter goes towards the net. Looks like he was guided towards the top of the crease, and he ends up getting the goalie interference penalty. He had some help, though.
Fans don't like it. Canucks head coach Rick Tocchet having a conversation with referee Francois St. Laurent right now, but the Oilers' man advantage gets its first chance to go to work, but the Canucks win the faceoff. Ian Cole chipped it free to Elias Lindholm, and they clear it all the way down the ice. Edmonton 5 for 10 on the man advantage in the series. Bouchard, right wing to center. Those left boards for Draisaitl. Into the Vancouver zone, forced wide by Cole. Delays of the boards. Feeds top of the point, Bouchard. Right circle, McDavid. With room. Carries into the corner, centering pass. Tipped away from Draisaitl, far circle. He gets it back to Bouchard at the line. Challenged by Lindholm. Passes right wing side for Nugent-Hopkins. Now to the near boards for McDavid. Connor McDavid to the point. For Evan Bouchard steps into a drive, tipped off the stick of Bluger into the corner. And Draisaitl's bundled into the boards by Nikita Zadorov. Canucks get it to the line, and Bluger pushes it past Bouchard and out to center. Oilers breaking back in. McDavid right wing. Makes a move around Zadorov. Bottom of the right circle. Backhand centering feed. Tipped off a stick. Far side. It's cleared from the front of the net by Joshua. Draisaitl gets it to the line for Bouchard. Left circle. McDavid throws it to the goal. He hit the crossbar, but it stays out. Bouchard right wing, dumps it cross ice, far corner. Ian Cole after it, chased down low by Zach Hyman. He fends off the pressure, centers for Zadorov, tried to clear, held in by Nugent-Hopkins. Comes to Draisaitl, right circle. 50 seconds left in the Oiler power play. Leon Draisaitl flings it into the near corner. McDavid driving to the net, passes top of the point for Bouchard. Right wing Draisaitl. High slot Kane off the bench, back to Draisaitl with a one-timer. He missed past the glove side. Evan Bouchard left point. Far boards for McDavid, centering pass to the front of the net. Hyman couldn't tip it home. Draisaitl again, right corner for McDavid down low. 30 seconds left of the power play. McDavid, high slot. Bouchard settles, passes right wing for Draisaitl. Watched by Zadorov, couldn't get a shot away. He keeps it top of the circle. Leon Draisaitl shoots, stopped by Shelov's, and he holds on for the whistle. 20 seconds left in the Oiler power play. 2:25 elapsed in the first period. No score between Vancouver and Edmonton in Game 5.
Vancouver eating a lot of pressure right off the bat here, and this is what makes this Edmonton Oilers power play so challenging. First of all, that they have all the pressure, they've got all the skill, but they don't allow the puck to be cleared. They're very active at the blue line, get sticks in the lane so that they can keep the puck in the zone. And on that last shift, Zadorov out there for 1 minute and 56 seconds, eating a lot of pressure.
Oilers' second power play unit is onto the ice now. It's Perry, McLeod, Kane, Nurse, and Desharnais. And JT Miller wins the draw in his own zone to Hronek. Clears far corner for Tyler Myers. Miller's flying the zone. Myers content to dump it all the way down. And the Canucks get a change with just 10 seconds left in the Edmonton man advantage. McLeod in his own zone. Leaves for Nurse. Dumps it off the inboards into the Vancouver end. It's ruled icing. McLeod won the race to the puck with Hughes. Took a shot after the whistle. The Canucks don't like that. And there's Lindholm going after McLeod in the near corner. And a big crowd surrounds them. Just 2 seconds left in Pius Suter's minor penalty. And the Canucks will be really frustrated that McLeod elected to take that shot as the play had already been blown down for the icing call.
Plenty of animosity in this series as Carson Soucy's returned into the series after facing and Desharnais after serving that suspension, but Desharnais in the middle of it alongside Nurse as this scrum is still taking forever to finish up here. The officials getting in the way as the faceoff will now go back to the Edmonton end of the rink.
Off the icing call.
Correct.
No penalties resulting. Just 2 seconds left in Suter's minor. Canucks hold the Oiler power play to just 1 shot on goal. And now it's Lindholm, Pettersson, Hronek, and Hughes out for the offensive zone faceoff with Suter standing in the box waiting to be released. Lindholm wins the draw. High slot. Pettersson settles, shoots through traffic. Blocker saved by Pickard. Suter's out of the box. Canucks are 1 for 1 on the penalty kill, and Darnell Nurse has it behind his own net for Edmonton. Nurse near corner for Vincent Desharnais. Passes to center. Evander Kane deflects it into the right corner. McLeod's after it on the forecheck. Plays it near point. Desharnais one-timer through traffic. Stopped by Shelov's. Nice tip at the top of the crease by Corey Perry, providing a good screen. Then Hronek comes in, clears out Evander Kane from the front of the net.
And that's one area that Artur Shelovs and the Canucks are going to have to be very careful as the Edmonton Oilers trying to get in front of Shelovs a little bit more. And if you can hear that, let's go Petey being heard here at Rogers Arena.
Jason Bruff would be proud. As the faceoff comes in the Vancouver zone, Canucks 4th line out against the 4th line of the Oilers. So it'll be Niels Oman, who tonight is centering Phil DiGiuseppe and Vasily Podkolzin against the Derek Ryan line of Janmark and Connor Brown. And this is Podkolzin's first NHL playoff shift. And he gets it off the draw, left wing to center. Vasily Podkolzin to the red line, forechecking against CC down the boards. Carries the puck into the corner. Cycles behind the net. DiGiuseppe missed it. Derek Ryan's got it far side. They'll clear it high on the backhand to center. Glove down by Ian Cole. Kicked into the Vancouver end by Janmark. Zadorov sweeps it near boards. Podkolzin tipped it out of the zone. Gets it at center. Delays, makes a nice pass right wing for Ian Cole, joining the rush. Cole gains the Oiler line, dumped it down the boards. Kulak missed it. Podkolzin's after. Tips it back to the line for Zadorov. Tried to poke it to hold it in, but the Oilers get out to center nonetheless. Then Podkolzin on the back check. Makes a nice play to strip Connor Brown to the puck, then blocks a shot off a heavy drive for the left point by Kulak. Canucks can't clear. Janmark, high slot with room towards the goal. Set a pass to the back door. Kulak was driving the net, but tipped it wide of the target. Dakota Joshua, far corner for Ian Cole. Fanned on a clearing attempt. Connor Brown tried to center. Pass was blocked by Niels Oman, but Draisaitl's got it left point. Backhand feed to the right circle for Desharnais. Goes near corner. For Evander Kane, centering pass tipped off a stick back to Draisaitl, covering at the line. Right side, Desharnais. Hit into the boards by DiGiuseppe. Dumps it behind the Vancouver net. Nurse has it left corner. Throws it through the crease. Trying to find Draisaitl right circle. But it's tipped away by DiGiuseppe, who clears it to center. Oilers will regroup. Canucks get a partial change. Here's Holloway in right wing. Drops to Evander Kane near circle. Backhand centering pass. Tip wide of the goal by Holloway. Rebound chance far side. Kane on the backhand had his attempt tipped wide of the goal by Bluger. Now Desharnais right point. Dumps it behind the Canuck goal. Draisaitl in the end. Center to front. They score. One-timer for Evander Kane from the left circle. And the Oilers lead 1-0 before the 5-minute mark of the first period.
The Oilers strike first here as Evander Kane just leaning on the Canucks defensive pair, and really this starts with Ian Cole unable to clear the zone on the backhand in the left corner. Has a chance, but he fans on that, and for about a minute and 30 seconds after that, the Oilers are right on top of the Vancouver Canucks, and early on, Evander Kane has an opportunity, shoots a backhand, and that's blocked by the Canucks, but Draisaitl just creating enough space behind the net, brings in 2 Canucks defenders towards him, and Kane coming in from the left-hand side shoots past Shelovs to make it 1-0.
Kane's third of the playoffs comes at 4:34 of the first period to give Edmonton the 1-0 lead. The time of the goal is brought to you by Crow, your trusted advisors for 55 years. Learn more at crowmackay.ca. McDavid off the right wing, tried a centering pass, broken up by Besser in the slot. Oilers hold in. McDavid dumps it left corner. Nugent Hopkins missed it. Miller tips it free to Suter, who banks Drops it past Bouchard, right wing to center. Here's Suter to the Edmonton line, lost the puck. Carson Soucy in after it, dumps it behind the Oiler net. McDavid on the back check, plays it into space for Nugent Hopkins on the far wall. Ryan Nugent Hopkins down low for Matthias Ekholm, fires it to center. Hyman tips it to McDavid. He'll settle it right wing into the Vancouver end. Connor McDavid tried a drop pass, broken up by Besser, clears to center. Elias Lindholm tipped it to the red line, but it's knocked down by Cody Ceci, and Evan Bouchard takes it in his own end. Just over 5 minutes gone, first period. Oilers lead the Canucks 1-0 in Game 5 tonight at Rogers Arena. Bouchard trying to pass to center, knocked down by Höglander. It's tipped deep into the Vancouver zone anyway, but the Oilers are called offside, and the faceoff will come out.
The Oilers not really allowing Vancouver to generate any sort of speed through the neutral zone, and that early penalty swings the momentum for Edmonton. They end up working off the forecheck to score that goal through Evander Kane, but Vancouver's going to have to try to beat that forecheck and generate their own speed. As of right now, it's just one and done for Vancouver in the offensive zone when they get there.
Lindholm, Pettersson, and Höglander out for the faceoff against the McLeod line. We talked about them maybe trying to exploit that matchup. And that's what Rick Tocchet's doing right now. Hronek behind his own net. Far circle for Lindholm. Passes right wing to Pettersson. Makes a move at his own line. Nice feed left wing for Hughes. Into the Edmonton end. Delays. Throws a pass through the slot. It tips off a stick over the glass. And out of play. 5:49 into this first period. The Oilers lead the Canucks 1-0 in Game 5.
And you mentioned it. Elias Pettersson, Elias Lindholm, and Niels Höglander, the Trey Kroner line back together. And their first audition during the regular season didn't have the desired results. But remember, Lindholm at that point was new to the team. There was also rumblings that he was dealing with an injury. This should give us a better look at what they actually can do together.
Fourth line against fourth line is the matchup again for Rick Tocchet. This face-off in the Oiler end. Oman and Ryan to take it near circle. Derek Ryan thrown out of the draw, so Ryan McLeod steps in. So it's a bit of a hybrid line for Edmonton, with Foegele, McLeod, and Ryan. Oilers clear it deep into the Vancouver zone. A slow roller will be icing against Edmonton. Have you welcomed a little Sonic into your life? Sonic 104.9 is Vancouver's new alternative radio station, and they have tickets to every Canucks home playoff game that you could win. Listen weekday mornings for the details on Sonic 104.9.
That's the pace slowing in this game is actually good for Vancouver. A little frantic to start off. You get that penalty called against you. Now you can kind of slow it down and get back and lean on the Oilers here.
And here's the Lindholm line out again against the bottom six line for the Oilers. Lindholm wins the draw, deflects high slot to Hughes. Quinn Hughes spinning left point, watched by Derek Ryan, dumps it behind the Oiler net. Pettersson meets it right wing half boards. Pettersson makes a move around McLeod into the corner, driving behind the net out the near side, backhand wraparound, stopped by Pickard, but Pettersson gets it back, sweeps it into the slot. Höglander missed a one-time chance. Hronek pinches down the right wing, can't hold in. Warren Fogel's left wing to center. Pounded by Lindholm on the back check. Now Hughes sends it ahead for Höglander. Left wing into the Oilers zone. Pushed to the corner by Holloway. Desharnais dumps it behind the net, and Draisaitl's got it far boards. Hit into the wall by Pettersson, but got it free to Ceci, and the Oilers clear to center. Foegele dumps it in on the left wing. Draisaitl first to it, right side. On the half boards. Feeds the line for Desharnais. Dumps it behind the Edmonton net. Left side Nurse with a shot that deflected wide of the goal. And Draisaitl gets it again right wing. Throws it to the net. Nice deflection by Holloway in front. And a better save by Shilovs off the right pad. Garland, right wing to the Edmonton line. Pinned to the boards by Nurse. Evander Kane on the back check. Takes a hit from Dakota Joshua in the corner. Near side Desharnais. He's crunched into the boards by Bluger. Got it free for Joshua down low side of the net. Trying to drag it out front. Puck rolled off his stick to the corner. Garland feeds the line. Zadorov with room long. Wrist shot blocked by Holloway. And it goes up into the netting and out of play. 7:08 gone first period. It's the Oilers 1 and the Canucks nothing in Game 5 at Rogers Arena on Alpine Credits Canucks Playoff Hockey, streaming on the Sportsnet app and along the Sportsnet Radio Network.
Carter Honda is on the bandwagon, and it's game time, saving the best deals for the playoffs. Lease a new Honda Civic or HR-V from just 3.49% with plenty of stock to choose from. Or lease the award-winning CR-V from just 2.99%. And yes, that includes the CR-V hybrid model. Come in and ask about the playoff package at Carter Honda, 8th and Burrard, and CarterHonda.com. Let's go!
The 2024 Outlander PHEV is now in stock. The world's best-selling plug-in hybrid vehicle is now more efficient, more powerful, and more sophisticated than ever, with rates starting from 4.49% plus the industry's best warranty. Elevate your everyday. Make new tracks at Applewood Mitsubishi in the Richmond Auto Mall or at applewoodmitsubishi.ca.
The hardest work should lead to the best quality of life. If you're a skilled trades worker,
Hey, you. Yeah, I'm talking to you. You haven't subscribed yet, have you? Come on, hit that subscribe button. Help us get over 20,000 tonight. Don't be part of the 70% plus that has not subscribed, that's hanging out listening to this game. If you're listening and you're hanging out with us, hit that subscribe button and help this community grow past 20,000. We're so close. Thank you for hitting that button. Much appreciated. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Just do it. It's really easy. And thank you. Much appreciated. Go whichever team you're cheering for. We'll see you in the chat.
1-0 on the Canucks here in Game 5. Evander Kane with the lone goal of the game. Face off of the Edmonton end to our left near circle. Oman and Ryan on the draw. Oman wins it cleanly. Left point for Quinn Hughes. Down the near boards, takes a shot. Tough angle. Tried to beat Pickard short side, but the Oiler goaltender held it out. Podkolzin's got it left corner. To Hughes at the point. Passes D to D right side. Hronek waits, shoots through traffic. Pickard made the save, but I don't think he saw it. DiGiuseppe was providing a great screen in front. Oilers get it out to center. Hughes is chased into his own zone by Derek Ryan. Philip Hronek back to the puck, clears it around the far wall. Janmark holds in, pinned to the boards by Podkolzin. Plays it free to the line for Kulak. Backhand shot into the slot, tipped right loose for Connor Brown, who's denied by Shelovs from point-blank range. Grade A look for Brown right in the slot, and Shelovs stared him down and held it out, and it's still 1-0 Edmonton.
An important save by Shelovs as the Canucks only have one defenseman back there as Quinn Hughes just kind of creeps up a little bit. Ryan is taken by Hronek, and then Connor Brown all by himself tries to go glove hand side, but an excellent save. Pad save by Archer Shelovs. And that's a really important save. Remember, even in the last game, there's two big saves by Shelovs that kept the Canucks in it. That could play a role here too.
They clear to center off the faceoff in their own end. Bouchard goes up the right wing. Hyman tips it back into the Vancouver zone. Soucy clears it free for JT Miller. Makes a move away from McDavid. Here's Miller with speed to the Oiler line, right wing. Fires it around the end boards. Comes to Suter, top of the left circle. He'll dump it behind the net. Intended for Besser, broken up by Bouchard. And he gets it off the wall, right wing to center for Hyman. Middle of the ice, McDavid driving into the Vancouver zone. Left circle, Nugent Hopkins tried a shot. Myers got his stick in the lane and tipped it over the glass and out of play. 8:08 gone in the first period. Edmonton leads Vancouver 1-0 in Game 5.
And the Oilers are playing very fast as the Canucks lost possession in the offensive zone. Evan Bouchard head up and hits Connor McDavid, Zach Hyman, and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins off the rush. And they had 10 rush chances last game to Vancouver's 3. And they're looking dangerous early on as well off the rush.
Canucks had men committed high in the zone for the chance themselves. Oilers win the face-off of the Vancouver end. Draisaitl right point, tried to drop pass. Ian Cole anticipated it well and cleared it out to center. Draisaitl in his own end. Sweeps it left wing to the Vancouver line for Evander Kane. Drop pass Dylan Holloway. Pushed to the boards by Elias Lindholm. Allowing Ian Cole to go back to the puck. Played it up the far boards. Kane dumped it down low. Cole makes a nice pass for Pettersson. Delays inside his own end. Goes rink wide for Zadorov. Now to center for Lindholm to the Oiler line. Couldn't get it deep. And Darnell Nurse has it in his own end. Quick pass ahead for Evander Kane. He'll feed it on the backhand for Holloway. Left wing into the Canucks zone. Forced wide by Hronek. Holloway spins off the check. Hronek sticks with it. Forces him back towards the blue line. Puck was caught in someone's equipment. Now bounces loose down low, and Pettersson's got it in his own end. Elias Pettersson settles a rolling puck. Passes it left wing to the Oiler line, but Joshua was ahead of the play, and it's offside against Vancouver. 8:58 into this first period. Edmonton leads Vancouver 1-0 in Game 5 at Rogers Arena.
A lot of conversation in this market. Elias Pettersson, when will he wake up in the playoffs? And that's something that obviously the fans are taking in a very positive way, saying let's go Petey. After Rick Tocchet did say he needed more from his star player, but is also helping him out by putting him next to Niels Höglander and Elias Lindholm.
Luger, Joshua, and Garland out for the defensive zone face-off against the McLeod line here. Off the icing call, or the offside actually it was, but they brought the face-off all the way back into the Vancouver end. Luger wins the draw, and Hughes clears it clean over the glass and out of play on the near side. That's going to be a penalty. And the Oilers will go to their second power play of the hockey game with a chance to build on their 1-0 lead.
And this is not the recipe for success against this Edmonton Oilers team. The first penalty, there's a lot of doubt there with Hughes Suter and the goalie interference, but this one, Foegele is pressuring Quinn Hughes, and there's no contact, there's no deflection here. It goes straight over the boards. The Canucks are going to have to be very careful now, as we know how dangerous this power play can be.
Oilers already 0 for 1 on the man advantage tonight. The top unit is out there. But Lindholm wins the draw back to Myers behind his own net for Soucy. Pressured by Hyman. He cleared it around the glass and all the way back down the ice. Evan Bouchard behind his own net. Skating to center, poke check by Lindholm. He comes to Bluger, left wing, making moves into the Oilers zone. Leaves for Lindholm, near circle, into the slot. Couldn't get a shot away. Bouchard knocked it free and feeds it back left wing to center. Out of the reach of Draisaitl. Soucy in his own zone settles, delays, and clears it off the glass and all the way down.
Well, that is one way to beat this power play. Be aggressive in the neutral zone so they can't even enter the zone. Excellent play by Lindholm.
There's Draisaitl, right wing to center, chased back to his own line by Joshua. Drops to Connor McDavid with speed into the Vancouver zone, high slot. Stood up by Zadorov, puck rolls to the right corner. McDavid recovers it, near point for Draisaitl. Takes a healthy cross-check at the back from Joshua. Got it left circle, Nugent Hopkins, forced wide by Oman. Nugent Hopkins, top of the point, Bouchard. Again to Nugent Hopkins, left wing, delays, tries a shot. Ian Cole blocked it. Puck battle. Far circle. Oman can't get it out. Bouchard from the line. Goes right wing for McDavid. Under a minute left in the Oiler power play. Connor McDavid near boards. Into the corner for Draisaitl. High slot Bouchard. One-timer stopped by Shelovs. Big rebound. Cleared up the far boards by Oman, but held in by McDavid. He battles with Joshua. McDavid gave Joshua a slash, and that allowed the Canucks to get it out to center, and Oman takes his time skating it to the Oiler line and dumping it in.
Brave penalty killing by the Canucks. Getting in the shooting lanes. It's not going to be pleasant, but a 95-mile-per-hour slap shot blocked there.
30 seconds left in the Edmonton power play. Pettersson breaks up a pass at center. Left wing into the Oilers zone. Passes high slot. DiGiuseppe shoots. Pickard made a save off the right pad. Great A scoring chance for the Canucks on the penalty kill, and DiGiuseppe's forechecking left corner, battling with Bouchard. McLeod gets it free behind his own net. Passes near side for Corey Perry. He'll skate to center, 10 seconds left in the power play. Drops to McLeod, left wing Kane into the Vancouver end, right circle Perry. Centering pass picked off by DiGiuseppe. Clears it off Perry and out to center. Hughes is out of the box, and the Oilers' power play is 0 for 2 in the first period. McLeod, right wing for Perry. Back into the Vancouver zone. Goes to McLeod near boards. Now to the line for Desharnais. Challenged by Hughes. Dumps it behind the net. Corey Perry pushed off the puck by Hronek down low. Pettersson got it free to Hughes. Right wing for Hronek. Now for Miller. Left wing into the Oilers zone. Driving around. Nurse to the front of the net. Spins it behind the net to Pius Suter. Right wing side. Suter challenged on the wall by Nurse. Puck comes down low to Desharnais. Pinned to the end boards by Besser. Comes free to Miller. Right wing side. Battling with Nurse. Suter in there too. Goes behind the net for Besser. Out the left wing side. Feeds the line for Zadorov. Settles. Goes D to D. Hronek just held in. No, he didn't, said the linesman. And they'll bring the face-off out. 8:19 remaining in the first period. The Oilers lead the Canucks 1-0 in Game 5 from Rogers Arena on Alpine Credits Canucks Playoff Hockey on Sportsnet 650 and the Sportsnet Radio Network.
If you've waited to buy an electric car, Metro Ford in Port Coquitlam and Magnuson Ford in Abbotsford have great news. They have over 50 Mustang Mach-E electric SUVs that you can test drive for 4 years, starting at $8,000 a year. Immediate delivery, no gas ever, 0 interest, and cash trade-ins. If you like your Mach-E test drive, buy it. Test drive a Mustang Mach-E for 4 years for as little as $8,000 a year from Magnuson Ford in Abbotsford or Metro Ford in Poco.
Introducing the Nibby Collection from Riobel. Bathroom faucets and trim inspired by the iconic form of coastal lighthouses. Experience luxury fixtures made for daily life, infused with a hint of the sea. Designed by Riobel and available at Splashes Bath and Kitchen. Choose from faucets designed for tubs, showers, or sinks in one of 4 stunning finishes. Learn more about the sea-inspired Nibby Collection from Riobel by visiting the experts at your local Splashes Bath and Kitchen showroom or online at splashes.com.
And now back for another season as a Passat Motors brand ambassador, number 81, Dakota Joshua.
You know, when I'm not on the ice, one of the things I love to do is drive around and explore the Lower Mainland. Passat Motors set me up with the perfect vehicle to match my needs and my personality. So if you need a new ride, I recommend you drop in and see my friends at Passat Motors.
Visit Passat Motors, BC's trusted car dealer.
BASANTmotors.com.
Hey,
this is Connor Garland, and you're on the home of the Canucks. Sportsnet 650.
Get your tickets for the Canucks online 50-50 draw. Go to Canucks.com/5050 to enter. Ticket sales close at the end of the second intermission. Must be 19 plus and located in BC at the time of purchase to play. Know your limit. Play within it. The current jackpot total, $491,670. Face off of the Oiler line to our left, far boards. 8:19 left in the first. Edmonton leads Vancouver 1-0 in Game 5. Evander Kane with the lone goal of the game. Canucks poke it into the Oilers zone off the draw. Brett Kulak back to it. Skated up the near side, tries a backhand rink-wide feed for Janmark far side. He was tied up by Hronek, though, and Bluger's got it in his own end. Teddy Bluger banks it near corner for Quinn Hughes. Plays it up the near side to center. Joshua missed it. This will be icing against the Canucks. Joshua was arguing. He felt that he touched it. But the faceoff comes all the way back into the Canuck end. And out over the boards comes the McLeod line for the Oilers.
On that look, it was the fourth line of the Edmonton Oilers against the third line of the Vancouver Canucks. And if that's the matchup that Rick Tocchet chases, I like the chances for Vancouver.
McLeod and Bluger on the draw right now. And McLeod wins it, but splits his two defensemen. And the puck rolls back to Calvin Pickard, who will handle it outside his own crease. Left for Kulak behind the Oiler goal. Throws it up the near side. Perry tipped it to center. Quinn Hughes has it. Leaves in his own end for Hronek. Quick pass to center. Bounced off the skate of Connor Garland. Gets it free to Bluger, right wing. And he'll dump it in. Joshua first to it on the forecheck. Try to center. He pass it. Bounced off the skate of Kulak right back to the net. And is smothered in the blue paint by Calvin Pickard with 7:37 remaining in the opening period. The Oilers lead the Canucks 1-0 in Game 5.
It's still early in this game, but when you take the penalty kills out of the equation, the Canucks have done a better job already of getting in front of Calvin Pickard. In Game 4, really for the first 40 minutes, they weren't even in his area code, but here they've been able to at least try to get screens, initiate some contact, and get in his way.
McDavid line against the Miller line. Face off at the Edmonton end. To the left of Calvin Pickard, who has had to make 5 saves. Canucks are actually out shooting the Oilers early in this game, in spite of the fact that Edmonton has had 2 unsuccessful power plays. Now the Oilers clear the puck out of play. Canucks are arguing that this should be a penalty. The linesman, though, James Tobias, immediately signaled that it was deflected. And Vancouver doesn't seem to be complaining too much, so I think they were trying to sell one there, and the officials weren't buying.
And that was Brock Besser as he was kind of creeping towards Ekholm. There is a deflection on the puck as Besser was reaching. No, actually, just had a look at that replay. I think they missed that one.
Canucks win the draw. Myers right point. Dumps it behind the Edmonton net. Bouchard from behind his own goal. Clears it around the near side, and Hyman tips it out to center ice. Myers at his own line. Right wing for Miller. Try to draw pass broken up by Hyman, but Soucy recovers it at his own line. Swept it near boards. Hyman skates onto it. Right wing into the near corner. Vancouver zone. Dumps it behind the net. Miller's got it far corner. Centers for Soucy, who tips it ahead to Suter. Right wing at center. Back to Soucy. Joining the rush. Middle of the ice into the Oilers zone. Left circle Besser. Throws on the brakes. Leaves for Miller. Cutting wide on the wall. Behind the Edmonton net. Out the right wing side. JT Miller. Feeds the line for Soucy. Holds in on his backhand. Down the near boards to Besser. High slot Miller. Had it hop over his stick. Soucy can't hold in. Nugent Hopkins fires it right wing. Here's Hyman with speed into the Vancouver zone. Centering pass. Deflected off Soucy. Right back to the net. Shelov's made the save and covered up for the whistle.
That's another close call for the Vancouver Canucks here, as they have possession at the offensive blue line, but not decisive hockey, as JT Miller bobbles the puck, and then Carson Soucy can't collect it, and off to the races for the Edmonton Oilers. A deflection off a Zach Hyman pass off the skate of Soucy nearly goes past Artur Shelov's. Could have gone 5-hole.
He recovered and held it out with the left pad. Pettersson wins the draw in his own zone to Ian Cole. Fires it right wing to center. Lindholm chases Nurse back into the Oilers zone. Desharnais takes the puck behind his own net. There are the Let's Go PD chants again, as Ian Cole can't hold into the blue line. And here come the Oilers. Evander Kane left wing. Centering pass blocked by a sprawling Zadorov. Delayed call coming up here. It's going to be against the Canucks again. Their 3rd penalty of the first period, and now we got a whistle. Arm in the air from the referee behind the Vancouver net. Holding is the call. Ian Cole appears to be the guilty party, and the Oilers' man advantage gets a chance to extend its lead again.
And this happens in the neutral zone, as Ian Cole is trying to get back in the play. He can't do that, but there's just a little tug on the jersey of Dylan Holloway as he's trying to go up ice. And interference there's been a lot of it in this series. I don't understand that call because you could essentially call that penalty almost every shift.
And Canuck fans will be frustrated already because of the missed puck over glass penalty against the Oilers at the other end of the ice.
But Batch, the Canucks do have to be careful. They've been pretty sloppy with the puck, giving up a lot of rush chances.
As Lindholm wins the draw behind the net for Zadorov, clears it high around the glass and all the way back into the Edmonton end. Kevin Bouchard behind the Oiler goal. Drops for Draisaitl in his own end. Leon Draisaitl, right wing for Hyman. Into the Canucks zone, pushed to the boards by Zadorov, who leans on him. This is going to be another Vancouver penalty, or maybe it's Hyman. No, it is Hyman. As he was tied up with Zadorov on the boards, McDavid touches the puck, and so that'll take Edmonton off the power play. A possible makeup call, because I didn't really get a look at what this might have been, but nonetheless, we'll play 4-on-4 for 93 seconds, and then the Canucks will get a 27-second power play.
And they're calling this one holding as well, as Zach Hyman reaches onto the stick of Nikita Zadorov, as Zadorov had an angle on him. So holding the stick is the call. 4-on-4 hockey here. And this could be a good thing for Vancouver because they've got some high-skill players too, but you have to make sure that you manage the puck well. Vancouver hasn't had a great period in that regard, but 4-on-4, there's more ice there for Edmonton Stars. You have to be extremely careful.
It's Draisaitl, McDavid, Bouchard, and Ekholm against Miller, Besser, Hughes, and Myers. And Miller wins the draw. Left circle for Hughes, chased into the near corner by McDavid. Carries behind the Oiler net. Right point for Besser. Long wrist shot through traffic. Pickard just got a piece of it with a glove, turned it wide to the net. Miller, right circle. Fakes to drop it to Myers on the boards. Passes left wing. Hughes all alone. Rugged off the crossbar. He beat Pickard, but not the horizontal post, and it deflects up into the netting and out of play with 5:34 remaining in the first period. It's the Oilers 1 and the Canucks nothing in Game 5 on Alpine Credits Canucks Playoff Hockey, streaming on the Sportsnet app and along the Sportsnet Radio Network.
The hardest work should lead to the best quality of life. If you're a skilled trades worker, you might not be feeling that way right now. But in Alberta, skilled trades workers can earn more, save more, and live more with better wages and a lower cost of living. Visit albertaiscalling.ca to learn more about the $5,000 moving bonus for the first 2,000 skilled trades workers who move to Alberta, stay for a year, and successfully apply. A message from the Government of Alberta.
Your feet, the silent workhorses of your body. They've danced you through life's highs, sprinted you through challenges, even stood firm on the green for that last putt. But even the strongest of supporters need support. That's where Kintec comes in. Not just with shoes, but with custom orthotics that ensure every step is aligned and comfortable. Visit kintec.net and discover how orthotics can transform your every step.
When was the last time you hung out with a legend? A true Vancouver legend that every pro athlete, actor, and rock star who is anyone has gotten to know. A place where a legendary night can happen any night. Isn't it time you got reacquainted with this Vancouver legend? Pre-game, post-game, even during the game. The number 5 Orange.
This is Alpine Credits Canucks Playoff Hockey.
Down the right way, he shoots and scores!
On the official home of the Canucks, Sportsnet 650 and the Sportsnet Radio Network.
Brendan Batchelor and Randeep Janda back with you tonight from Rogers Arena. 5:34 left in the first period. Oilers lead the Canucks 1-0 in Game 5. Thanks for joining us along the Sportsnet Radio Network tonight. Whether you're David listening in New Zealand, Cam in Brisbane, Australia, or wherever you're tuning in, we thank you for spending your evening, afternoon, or morning with us. Let us know where you're listening from. You can reach me at Batch Hockey. He is at Randeep Janda. Our flagship station is at Sportsnet 650. You can find those handles on Instagram, TikTok, and the social media platform formerly known as Twitter. 4-on-4 hockey at the moment. Canucks win a face-off of the Oilers zone. Miller, left point for Hughes, long shot. Good screen in front by Miller. Pickard made the save, and McDavid gets it far circle. Leaves for Matthias Ekholm. He'll go right wing to center for Evan Bouchard. Bouchard gains the red line. Makes a toe drag around Miller, drop to McDavid, and now to Draisaitl. Left wing into the Vancouver end, leaves for Ekholm. One-time drive, and Sheilov stopped it off his left arm out of the top of the crease. McDavid pushed to the inboards by Myers. They're tied up on the end wall. Ekholm back to the puck, gave it away to Miller. Nice centering feed for Besser. Watched by McDavid. He'll protect the puck out to center, gain the red line, and bank it past Bouchard into the Oiler end. Bouchard hit into the corner by Besser. Left far corner for Matthias Ekholm. Up the left wing for Draisaitl. Driving to the Vancouver line. Draisaitl left circle, centering pass blocked by Pettersson. Rebound bounces side of the net. Hronek ties up McDavid. Hughes in to help out. Cleared it behind his own goal, and Pettersson's got it near corner. Elias Pettersson delaying in his own zone. Nice composure. Being watched by Draisaitl. Here's Pettersson. Flips it to Lindholm to the Oiler line. Left wing Hronek. He'll carry down the near boards. Was poke checked by Draisaitl. Puck rolls to the net, and Pickard covers up with Lindholm right there. Looking for the rebound. 4:29 left in this first period. 9 seconds left in Ian Cole's minor penalty, and when he steps out of the box, the Canucks will get their first power play of the game for 27 seconds.
And some patient play there by Elias Pettersson in his own zone, scanning the ice, seeing what lane he could have either to skate up or make a nice feed to Elias Lindholm, which is what he chose to do. But you need to see a little bit more of that chemistry from that duo. It's still been some time since they played together 5-on-5, and that'll develop.
Derek Ryan wins the faceoff in his own zone. Down low to Darnell Nurse. Near corner, Vincent Desharnais holding onto the puck. Chased behind the net by Quinn Hughes. For Nurse near corner. Cole is out of the box. Canucks are on the power play. Nurse throws it around the wall to center. And JT Miller has it at his own line. Miller, left wing for Lindholm. Drops to Miller again. Center. But Lindholm knocked it down. 10 seconds left in the Canuck power play. Hughes, left wing, into the Edmonton zone. Drops to Miller on the boards. Rink-wide pass. Right side, Pettersson shoots. Stopped by Pickard. Rebound. They scored! Or did it stay out? It's waved up by the referee. Looked like it was in. How did that stay out? I was sure the Canucks had tied the game. But play continues, and Desharnais got it behind his own net. It was pulled off the goal line on the backhand by Vincent Desharnais. Now here's Nurse, left wing, long shot. Stopped by Shilovs. Canucks centimeters away from tying the game, if not for a tremendous defensive play by Vincent Desharnais. Now Philip Hronek to center. Canucks with the momentum. Right side for Garland. Into the Oilers zone. Waits. Shoots. He missed the net. Past the glove side of Pickard. Podkolzin in left corner. Rims it around the zone. Hronek right wing wall. Chips it behind the net for Neil Zoman. It's broken up by McLeod. Got it free to Fogle, and he'll flip it out to center. Zadorov at his own line. Quick pass ahead for Podkolzin. Settled it off his skate. Was poke checked by Fogle. It rolls back in on Shilovs, and he'll leave far corner for Tyler Myers. Myers slaps it up the wall. Canucks nearly got caught with too many players on the ice. Plays allowed to continue. Ceci dumps it back in near side for Fogle, who's hit hard into the boards by Zadorov. Then Myers lays a huge check on Holloway behind the Vancouver net. Holloway lost his helmet. Canucks come away with the puck. Zadorov right wing to center for Di Giuseppe. Into the Oilers zone. Forced to the corner by Nurse. Bill Di Giuseppe on the end wall. Stripped to the puck by Draisaitl. Clear to the line. Myers holds in with a long shot. Bluger tried to tip it. It falls to Podkolzin. Gloved it down. Tried to get a shot away. It's blocked. Susie left circle. Scores! Out of the lineup for Game 4, but he finds the back of the net in Game 5. Carson Soucy ties the game at 1 for the Canucks.
He's back. Soucy grips it and rips it past Calvin Pickard. With a beauty of a snipe as the Canucks had pressure on the shift, and it looked like they missed their opportunity after Desharnais pulled it off the red line. But another attack by the fourth line of Vancouver, doing a good job getting the puck deep. The puck goes back to the point, and it's a scramble in the slot as Carson Soucy walks in and goes high glove side to make it 1-1.
The Seuss is loose. He's got his first of the playoffs at 17:27 of the first period to tie the game at 1 for the Canucks. The time of the goal is brought to you by Crow, your trusted advisors for 55 years. Learn more at crowmackay.ca. 2:33 now remaining in this first period. Canucks have clawed back, and now it's important to make sure you get to the dressing room in at least a tied hockey game as they dump it back into the Oiler end. Kulak far corner, bobbled the puck. Dakota Joshua's got it down low. Pushed to the boards by Kulak. Luger into support. Gets it free to Garland, right circle, tipped in high slot. Soucy again can't skate onto the puck. Lost his footing, and the Oilers come away. Chance for a 3-on-1. Connor Brown, right wing to the Vancouver line. Delays in front, they score! Matthias Janmark, left wing, wide open at the far circle. Wires it past Artur Shilovs. And Edmonton has re-established the lead. It's 2-1 Oilers with 2:10 left in the first.
And this happens as the Canucks have got 4 players deep in the offensive zone. as Carson Soucy tried to go for another goal. Looked like he had an opportunity. He couldn't gather the puck. He takes a tumble and off to the races for the fourth line of the Edmonton Oilers. Connor Brown with a pass to Janmark to make it 2-1, but that's because the Canucks overcommitted on the offensive side with 4 players deep, and there was only 1 back.
Connor Garland is hot. He broke his stick over the post after the puck went in and was yapping at the referee all the way back to the bench. But it's going to be Matthias Janmark's goal, his first of the playoffs at 17:50. Just 23 seconds after the Canucks tied the game, and the Oilers are up 2-1. The time of the goal is brought to you by Crow, your trusted advisors for 55 years. Learn more at crowmackay.ca. Suter at center, leaves at his own line for Nikita Zadorov. They'll go D-to-D far boards for Tyler Myers. Left wing to Suter, into the Oiler end. For Zadorov, left circle with a snapshot. He missed past the stick side of Pickard. Nugent Hopkins, far boards, with room to skate, brings it to center, right wing for Bouchard, into the Vancouver zone. Dumps it behind the Canuck net. Lindholm far boards. Pressured on the wall by McDavid, and Nugent Hopkins is able to get it out to center. Ekholm ahead for McDavid, cutting back in through the middle, tied up by Besser. Puck rolls free near side, and McDavid dumps it in. Myers, far corner. Funnels the puck up the boards, can't get it out. McDavid feeds right circle for Hyman. Watched by Zadorov. Hyman driving wide into the corner behind the Canuck net. Now to the left circle. High slot turns and shoots, and Shilov's made a glove hand save and gets the whistle as Myers clears Nugent Hopkins away from the front of the net. With 1:09 left in the first period, and the Oilers up 2-1 on the Canucks in Game 5.
And Batch, early in this period, the Canucks fell behind, and after that, once you're starting to go for offense, you kind of leave the back door open sometimes, especially if you're really trying to get back in the game. And I like the fact that Rick Tocchet came back with the Bluger, Joshua Garland line. When you see that opportunity, you sometimes overcommit, and that's what happened on that goal.
It was unfortunate, actually, as Soucy was chasing a loose puck in deep. He fell, missed the puck, too, and that sent the Oilers streaking the other way as Nurse gets a shot left wing. Off the draw in the Vancouver zone, it tipped wide of the net. Evander Kane, right corner, pushed to the boards by Ian Cole. Cycles down low to Draisaitl. On to the end boards for Dylan Holloway. 55 seconds left, first period. Draisaitl dumps it behind the Canuck net. Cole and Kane fighting for the puck. Holloway in to help out, watched by Lindholm. Dylan Holloway protected the puck left corner. Lindholm pins him to the boards. Hronek in to try and dig it free. Battling with Draisaitl for the puck. Pettersson gets it loose. He bounces away from Holloway, clears it off the boards to the line. Nurse held in, and then is run over on a hit by Lindholm, but there's a whistle and a glove hand pass called against Edmonton as Nurse batted it down back into the zone. And the faceoff will come in neutral ice with 33.7 seconds remaining in the first period. Oilers lead the Canucks 2-1 in Game 5.
And that is plenty of time for either of these teams to attack. But if you're Vancouver, of course, you want to get back in this game. But with the high-powered offense that Edmonton has, you have to make sure you play a clean 33 seconds here.
After already giving up the go-ahead goal again moments after tying the game. Miller line out against the McLeod line with Fogle and Janmark. So a chance for a mismatch if they can get the puck up ice and they win the draw. Hughes, left wing for Brock Besser at center. Watched by Janmark. Goes near boards for Suter to the Oiler line. Suter dumps it behind the net. Miller missed it right corner. Deflects back to the point. Myers does well to stand up Fogle, but the Oilers get it out to center anyway. Myers, right wing for Besser. Tried to kick it up to his stick, lost the puck. Fogle dumps it right side. Here's Ryan McLeod into the Vancouver end, pushed to the corner by Hughes. Centering pass in front, bounced off the skate of Myers. Shilov's held it out, and Myers knocks down Janmark behind the net. 3 seconds left in the period, and that's going to do it for the opening 20 minutes. Myers looking at the referee, frustrated as he got caught up with Janmark. Now Myers cold-cocked Matthias Janmark in tight, and the referees are going to take both of them here. You can see the official deep in the zone signaling that both Myers and Janmark are going to go off. And through 20 minutes, it's a hard-fought, hotly contested Game 5, and the Oilers lead the Canucks 2-1.
The agitation level is a lot higher in this game than it's been in the previous ones, as Tyler Myers with an overhand right to Matthias Janmark. And Janmark went down like a ton of bricks, and right before that, Myers wasn't happy that Janmark basically just held his stick and held on to him, wanted a holding call there, and a little bit of a chirp, I think, from Janmark caused that overhand right, but there will be coincidentals by the sounds of it when we come back after the break for the second period. But the Canucks are going to have to be careful. 7 giveaways in that period. That's been leading to counterattacks and chances off the rush for the Edmonton Oilers.
Oilers up 2-1 after one, and it's time for Canucks Central at the intermission with Satyar Shah, Vic Nazar, and Brett Festerling.
This is Canucks Central at the intermission on the official home of the Canucks. Sportsnet 650 and the Sportsnet Radio Network.
Luger into support. Gets it free to Garland, right circle, tipped in high slot. Susie again can't skate onto the puck. Lost his footing, and the Oilers come away. Chance for a 3-on-1. Connor Brown, right wing to the Vancouver line, delays in front. They score! Matthias Janmark, left wing, wide open at the far circle. Wires it past Artur Shilovs. And Edmonton has re-established the lead. It's 2-1 Oilers with 2:10 left in the first.
Canucks trail the Edmonton Oilers 2-1 through the first 20 minutes, and this is Canucks Central at the intermission on Sportsnet 650 and the Sportsnet Radio Network. Satyar Shah, Vic Nazar, and Brett Festerling. Keep getting your thoughts in to our Dunbar Lumber text inbox, 650-650. And an entertaining first period here. Game 5, series tied at 2 games apiece. Edmonton opened up the scoring. The Canucks did tie it up, and then moments later, Edmonton got the 2-1 goal. A lot of events have happened, so let's start breaking this down, guys. I mean, from the very early parts of the game, the Vancouver Canucks had a great chance. Miller and Suter on a 2-on-1, ends up with Suter crashing into Pickard a little bit. When you watch the play in real life, real time, you thought maybe Nurse pushed Suter into Pickard, but he doesn't. He gets called for goalie interference. The Canucks right away go on the PK. And even though they killed the penalty, it seemed to be the momentum shift early in the period that allowed Edmonton to have wave after wave of pressure until they scored the opening goal.
Well, more than anything, it took the building out of it. And now the building's thinking there's a rough call. And Pickard makes a bit of a meal of it, but Suter makes contact, so it's going to be a penalty. But the building was fired up. The Let's Go Petey chants are going, and then suddenly it's like, oh my goodness, we got to kill off this Edmonton power play. And they do, but it just kind of takes that buzz out of the building.
Yeah, exactly. I actually think Suter, initially, I'm thinking Edmonton's getting the hooking call. Yeah. So it's close that way. He makes a little contact, and you're right. It sucks the energy out of the building. They get an unfortunate non-clear by Zadorov, and then that gets them gassed forwards. Guys just can't get into the rhythm, and you can see that in the following shifts.
Well, the good thing on that PK was at least on the first one, they didn't allow Edmonton too many chances. I think the best look they had was a McDavid shot from the wall that ended up hitting the crossbar and went out. And that's pretty much the best look they ended up getting on that first power play.
Yeah, and so far, the Canucks have had their issues, puck management and penalties, but they've dealt with the penalties. They haven't given up a power play goal. So I guess that's a bit of a check, but there's plenty to work on as far as discipline, not just the penalties, but also puck management.
Yeah, ref set a tone pretty early on how he's going to call it, and you just can't take unfortunate penalties. Hughes, unfortunate, but those are the type of mistakes you really can't afford to make.
Well, and it's also something we've seen to the point Vic made about puck management. The Canucks have had some issues getting out of their own zone, not getting the clears when they can, and they've taken a couple of delay of game penalties. Hey, sometimes it's bad luck, but it's Quinn Hughes. We know we can make that play cleaner, and that's been something that's kind of haunted them, not getting out of the zone cleanly, and there they pay for it, too.
It's kind of like the same thing that has materialized over and over again. How are you going to deal with that pressure when Oilers forecheckers are on you? And look, that's a tough one, but like Ian Cole, his name has surfaced a lot this series. Even before the first goal, he had a couple of clearing attempts. It's tough, and he had been out there for 3:21 of the opening 4:34 because he's out there on the PK. But you can see that fatigue leading to the first goal, even just with a clear, not being able to get to the bench, and then him battling down low.
Yeah, it's all fatigue, really. It's the Canucks get stuck in their own zone. They're gassed. It comes out to the red line. Unfortunate. Canucks just can't get to it. It's like 3 feet ahead. But it comes back. Half the team's changing, and you can see Cole doesn't have the gas to get up and get the gap, and then he ends up on the wrong dot, and then he just can't out-battle Draisaitl on the side. He's just chasing it the whole shift, and it ends up with Draisaitl, his guy, passing it to Kane, and he buries.
You can just see the body positioning on the entry, because usually as a D-man, right, you use your back to frame towards the goal. His shoulders looking to the inside, and Holloway's like, I got all this space here. Draisaitl's got all this space to outflank him, and he just looks
gassed.
Yeah, like he looks gassed, and he looks outmatched at a moment where he's like, oh my God, this is all happening so fast. And then there's a rim down low, and he just, a feeble attempt to go after it. I get it, you've been out there for $130, but that little play there makes it Draisaitl to turn the corner towards the back post to pass that from below the line out front.
Yeah, and that shows you the details in terms of clearing the puck, right? It goes back to Zadorov on the first kill. He has an open opportunity, goes off a shaft. That eventually leads to the goal 4 minutes later.
Well, and yeah, exactly. And you look at that shot, too, from Kane, and maybe not the most dangerous angle, but anytime you go low to high and you can do that play, it's a tough one for the goalie to set quickly on.
Well, the goalie's tight to the post because the puck's below the line. And now you got to worry about the far post, too. And as everyone's kind of recalibrating, because you didn't win a battle, there's space there, and Vander Kane gets that goal.
Well, Edmonton made it 1-0, and after that, there was a couple of chances Edmonton had, but for the most part, the Canucks started getting themselves back into the game, and it started with the Elias Pettersson line with Lindholm. There was one shift where he looked engaged, right? Like he drove toward the net, tried to wrap around, and then he threw the puck into the middle. Höglander just missed it. 2 pretty good scoring chance opportunities, and then after that, you know, a couple shifts later ends up being the Hughes delay a game penalty. The Canucks do a great job killing that one off, and the best scoring chance the Canucks created was on the PK, perhaps. Elias Pettersson setting up PDG for that shot, which ended up being a good save by Pickard.
Yeah, I got a message after that shot by PDG, and it's a precursor to what happened with Carson Soucy, but we've heard the scouting report on Calvin Pickard.
Thank you, Bella and Allison, for letting me know this is still on mute. Oh my God, I'm so excited that we passed 20,000 subscribers. I muted myself and I didn't even know. So Bella and Allison, thank you. I'm not gonna scream it so everybody here doesn't lose it. It was Julie. Thank you, says Allison in the chat. Turn mic on, Mike, says Junior. Appreciate it, everybody. 20,000 subscribers. This is absolutely amazing.
Oh my God.
I've got my grandma on the phone with me, who is right in Vancouver, about 10 minutes away from the arena there at the game. And Grandma, I love you so much. Thank you for being here with me. And this is just absolutely crazy. That 20,000 subscribers. When we were sitting there in your kitchen writing that description up, when we had 4,000 subscribers, and I drove to Seattle to fly home, and it was a completely different thing. So thank you all so much. We're now up to 20,014. Thank you. And there's Rod Bottomley says, "Hi Grandma, hey Grandma, Grandma rocks." All right, everybody's saying hi to Grandma. Love it, Grandma. This is crazy. So everybody, thank you all. I will put this on to the game here. Thank you guys for everything. Cheers to every single one of you. This is an absolute dream come true, and my God, 20,000. And Allison, I love you so much. And Julie, Bella, Sarah, Thomas, Jamie, Johnny, all of the damn chickens, the cats, Jose, all the new cats that are in the wall right now in the ceiling. Come on. This is real life here on Toronto Sports Insider, and thank you all for hanging out. There's Death YouTube says 100K soon. That's the goal. We will be at 100K probably. My thinking is probably by the end of next Leaf season, we will be at 100,000 subscribers, and we'll be going to the top of the CN Tower to have a big party. First come, first serve after the Leafs game. So as soon as that plaque comes in, that's what's happening. So I'm going to put you guys back to the hockey so I don't bore you anymore while I go celebrate with my family. Jamie Boyd, $20 super chat. Thank you very much, Jamie. Oh my God, thank you so much. The support. Jamie has been here since like day 16. Like you were here watching those Raptors games when I was sitting here doing play-by-play. So thank you, Jamie. You are a legend of this channel. Everybody else, I can't go down the list. Roboto, Steph, Junior, hey buddy, I see you in the chat, man. And all the new members, all the support, thank you. I'm going to shut up now. Take it back to the hockey. Thank you all for 20K.
The refs at that stage, but this is just a great play by CC.
Yeah, it is a good. He sprawls out, gets the puck first, and going on the flip side of it, all three of your forwards are digging in the corner and Soucy's coming down, right? So Cece's desperate and Soucy's got to get the puck. It's just kind of in one of those areas where it becomes a 50-50 and it's crucial.
It's also one thing we've talked about during the regular season. There have been moments where Philip Hronek on a 2-on-1 has kind of been caught in no man's land, and not that he makes a poor decision, it's just the timing and the sequencing of how to block that lane or forcing the puck carrier to a decision. It's a tough thing to do, I know. But in that moment, do you think he played it well enough? And it happens so fast because it's coming off that play. And there's 3 Oilers coming at you. But, like, what's the key spot if you're Philip Hronek backing up there with 3, maybe 4 Oilers coming at you that you want to see him do?
Yeah, I mean, he tries to take away the pass and give it to Brown. He makes a good move to go to the far side, kind of get around him. Forehand to forehand, if you can read it in the moment, which is hard to do. To me, let that guy shoot it because the shot's coming from a bad angle, and if he gets the pass over to a forehand, it's going to be really dangerous for that tap, and forwards practice at getting that up. So I would like to take the pass away. Easier said than done. Hronek does try to take the pass away. He just does it too close to Brown and kind of behind him.
But how early are you making that decision? Like, as soon as that puck's coming, or?
I'm trying to figure out what stick those players are as early as possible so I can kind of plan that attack and my gaps around the blue line.
Because that play happens so fast. I'm just curious how much
absolutely. And, Elias Pettersson was getting quite the reception here. Halford and Bruff this morning on our morning show, they were encouraging fans to get the Let's PD Go chants, and they've been going. And maybe that is giving the players some energy. We've seen people text in here and say PD feels engaged. PD looking a lot better here tonight. I don't know if it's because of the chants, but the fans are engaged. He looks a lot better. And, hey, it's a 2-1 game. Wasn't the best period by the Canucks. Some mistakes again end up costing them. But if he can bottle that and bring more of that in the second and third, the Canucks still are very much in this hockey game.
The chants are nice, but I don't think it's because of the chants, but certainly a great backing. He had to show up in a big way, right? You get the lineup changed. Now the environment has changed for you. If you didn't step up, at least with the engagement or the effort, then a lot bigger questions are going to be asked. And I don't know if people would stand there and say, oh, we can take a good question response from Pettersson in a press conference.
Yeah, he needed to answer something. You're adjusting the lineup and arguably taking Lindholm off the best line, one of them. There's 2 of them, but arguably the best line Canucks have had, so to give you more support and get you going. So he needed to answer that.
The best line, by the way, that was a -2 in that period. Luger was on the ice for all 3 goals, but Dakota, Joshua, and Garland -2.
Yeah, tough. And the Canucks now trailing 2-1 and a couple penalties late. Tyler Myers and Janmark both got penalties. Myers punched Janmark, who went down very easily. I'm not sure, did it call a dive?
Yeah, Janmark got called for embellishment.
Yeah, it was embellishment. Yeah. I mean, he just kind of goes down, tries to draw the penalty. Both guys offsetting penalties. Something to keep an eye on for the first couple minutes of the second period. It will 4-on-4 Canucks and Oilers. It's Sat with Brett and Bick. We'll be back for the second intermission. Keep your thoughts coming in to our text inbox 650-650. Resilience can prove itself big. That's PG texting in, and hopefully the Canucks show it here in the second period. Batcher ran deep with the call. That's next in the Home Here Canucks Sportsnet 650.
BCers love hockey, and they also love burgers. What's even better is saving 20% off takeout during the playoffs. Order White Spot online and save 20% off with code SAVE20. Not valid on May 12th, June 16th, or on pirate packs and alcohol. Only at whitespot.ca.
Angry Otter Liquor, you're at home here.
It's playoff time across BC, and Angry Otter Liquor is thrilled to rally with hockey fans on the road to the Cup. Score big at Angry Otter Liquor, your ultimate hockey headquarters. Ice-cold game day beer, spirits for every level of team spirit, and snacks to fuel your victory celebrations. Explore game day essentials with Angry Otter Liquor and celebrate every win with the perfect drink. You don't have to be a member, but it pays to be one. Learn more at angryotterliquor.crs.
Your business is more than just numbers. It's years of hard work, dreams, and passion. But in the midst of the hustle, have you taken the time to understand its true worth? Crow's trusted advisors can help. With global expertise across a wide variety of industries, let Crow uncover the real value of your business. Redefine your company's success. Visit crowmackay.ca to learn more. Crow, smart decisions, lasting value.
The hardest work should lead to the best quality of life. If you're a skilled trades worker, you might not be feeling that way right now. But in Alberta, skilled trades workers can earn more, save more, and live more with better wages and a lower cost of living. Visit albertaiscalling.ca to learn more about the $5,000 moving bonus for the first 2,000 skilled trades workers who move to Alberta, stay for a year, and successfully apply. A message from the Government of Alberta.
You know, to be a truly great team, you need contributions from the top of the lineup right down to the bottom. And that's exactly what you'll get from the West Coast Auto Group. They've got their stars, West Coast Toyota, Mazda, Nissan, Kia, and Ford Lincoln. Plus, they have the role players that play a big part too. And that's where their famous service comes in. Great service, great selection, great team. The West Coast Auto Group, just over the bridge in Maple Ridge. Visit them online at westcoastautogroup.com.
Step up to the plate. Let's play ball.
It's go time.
Stream the Toronto Blue Jays all season long on Sportsnet Plus.
Look at that play.
Plans start at $19.99 a month.
Boy, oh boy, this is premium stuff.
Subscribe now at sportsnetplus.ca.
What are you reading?
The email with detailed pricing on Parksville 96 in Surrey. This is awesome, and they're on sale now.
Are you going for the luxury package or the investor pricing?
One of each, a place to live and a mortgage helper down the road.
I can't believe the location and amenities, the park, SkyTrain, and so much to do right in the building.
And I can walk to work at the hospital and save a ton on gas and commuting time.
Let's do it.
Hughes cuts in front again, doing laps in the San Jose zone. Quinn Hughes shoots, he scores! And that goal was all Quinn Hughes.
Hey, Rogers customers and hockey fans. Rogers wants you to win big this Stanley Cup playoffs.
The Canucks are off and running. Well, what a heads-up play here by Quinn Hughes.
You could win a VIP trip to the Stanley Cup final, plus hundreds of prizes, courtesy of Rogers Beyond the Sea. For your chance to win, visit rogers.com/Stanley Cup. That's rogers.com/Stanley Cup.
Do you want to play where the Canucks play? And no, I'm not talking Rogers Arena. It's Northview Golf and Country Club. Dan Murphy here. It's easy to see why Northview is the official golf course of the Vancouver Canucks. 2 championship courses designed by Arnold Palmer, world-class facilities, and Duffy's Sports Grill, the perfect spot to finish off a great day. Or if you're like me, perhaps start the day. Northview, designed by the King, open to all. Book a tee time now at northviewgolf.com.
Hey, this is Thatcher Demko.
Shishi with a one-timer. Good save by Demko down low. Rebound chance for Evander Kane. Demko stopped that, too.
And you're on the home of the Canucks, Sportsnet Radio Network.
Welcome back inside Rogers Arena. Brendan Batchelor and Randeep Janda with you. The Oilers lead the Canucks 2-1 after one in Game 5. Best of 7 second-round series is tied at 2 games apiece. And Randeep, even though the Canucks are trailing, I think it's fair to say they probably want a more low-event second period than what we saw in the first.
Yeah, the offense will come if you play good defense and you put yourself in a good situation. In that period, sure, they scored the 1 goal, but they had 7 giveaways, and a lot of those in and around the offensive blue line. Against this Edmonton Oilers team, you have to be extremely careful because they will attack with speed. Whether it's the top 2 lines or the 4th line, as we saw in that Matthias Janmark goal, you have to be responsible with the puck. The offense will come through a heavy forecheck, and of course, you know, their possession and their systems play, but you can't get too excited and take unnecessary risks.
Canucks in blue will go from left to right in the second. The Oilers in white will skate from right to left. We start at 4-on-4 after coincidental penalties assessed to Matthias Janmark and Tyler Myers at the end of the first period. Myers for roughing, Janmark for embellishment. And it's Miller, Besser, Hughes, and Soucy on the ice for the Canucks against McDavid, Hyman, Ekholm, and Bouchard. And Miller wins the draw at center, but McDavid jumps forward off the faceoff, picks up the puck, and feeds back to his own line for Evan Bouchard. Bouchard slowly to center, gains the red line on left wing, into the Vancouver zone, stops up near point, carries down the boards. Bouchard tried a shot block by Soucy. Besser collects the puck and flips it out of the zone. McDavid back to it, gave it away to Miller. 1-on-3 to the Oiler line. Miller high slot, battling with McDavid on the back check. Puck rolls near boards. Besser into support. Couldn't hold it in, and Hyman gets it free for Bouchard. Left wing to McDavid. He mishandled the pass at the Canuck line, and Hughes has it in his own zone. Oilers are changing. Here's Hughes. Watched by Draisaitl. Spins deep in his own end again, while the Canucks change their forwards too. Hughes behind his own goal on the breakout. Up the left wing for Elias Lindholm. Chased back deep into his own end by Nugent Hopkins. Takes it behind the Canuck net. Up the near side and flips it left wing for Hughes. Through the center ice circle to the Oiler line. Skating down the boards. Drops to Pettersson. He'll carry to the corner, mishandled the puck, pushed to the wall by Nugent-Hopkins, gave it away to Draisaitl. Here come the Oilers 3-on-2 if they hurry. Draisaitl right wing to the Vancouver line, top of the circle, delays, centers it, bounced away from Nurse, and now the Canucks potentially have numbers back to center. Hughes right wing for Pettersson. Watched by Ceci. Pettersson drops to Hughes near circle. Backhand pass into the slot was behind Pettersson. He's got it left wing. Leaves to the line for Filip Hronek. Now to the right circle for Hughes. With room towards the goal. Drops to Hronek. High slot. Fakes a shot. Middle of the ice. Pettersson settles. Shoots. Tipped in front and it bounces high into the near corner. Hughes gets it free to Hronek at the line. 20 seconds left in 4-on-4. Hronek along the boards. Forced out to center by Draisaitl. Keeps the puck and drives back in through the middle. Filip Hronek, left wing, delays, rink wide. Hughes, right circle, settles, shoots it. Pickard stopped him with a glove and holds for the whistle. 1:50 into the second period. Oilers up 2-1 on the Canucks in Game 5, and Janmark and Myers will be released from the box in 10 seconds.
Aggressive play by the Canucks, 4-on-4, and an excellent opportunity for Elias Pettersson as he takes his time to take the shot, trying to find a little bit of traffic in front of the net, which he does. Unfortunately for him, it deflects over the net right after that, but that's what you want to see from Elias Pettersson, waiting for the traffic and trying to get that shot through.
Bluger to take the face-off against McLeod in the Oilers' zone to our right near circle. McLeod wins it to the end boards for Brett Kulak. Pushed to the wall by Bluger. Comes free to McLeod near side. Back to Kulak behind the net. Far corner for Evan Bouchard. Skating up the boards. Tied up by Garland. Canucks hold it in the zone. Bouchard lost his stick. Bluger's got it left corner. Spinning away from Kulak. Team's back to 5 aside. Garland below the goal line. Knocked down by Bouchard, who steals the puck. And takes his time skating it right wing to center. Passes middle of the ice for McLeod. Left wing Janmark into the Vancouver end. Drops high slot. Fogle with a one-timer. Whipped on it and it went wide of the goal. Garland back to it far corner. Canucks breaking out. Garland left wing to center. Chips it ahead to Bluger. He'll clear it in deep as Vancouver begins a change. Garland interfered with by Fogle, trying to get in on the forecheck. Then he's hammered away from the puck from behind into the boards by Warren Fogle. Garland slow to get up. Is favoring his right arm. Fogle's trying to go back at him, and this is going to be a Vancouver penalty with a big scrum now behind the Edmonton net. And Garland skating off under his own power, but in a lot of discomfort. Warren Fogle is still jawing at Connor Garland, who goes to the Canuck bench. Vancouver will get an early second period power play after an undisciplined push from behind by Warren Fogle on Connor Garland into the end boards.
And Bats, this started in the neutral zone with some obstruction by Fogle trying to slow down Connor Garland. And then on the right-hand side, behind Pickard, he just basically drills him when the puck is nowhere near him. So clear interference there. Connor Garland in some pain on the bench. And for some reason, Warren Fogle not happy with the call, even though that was an obvious penalty.
Hughes and Evander Kane chatting with the referees. I think the Canucks are maybe campaigning for more than a minor. And they're just calling in an interference minor against Fogle. Rick Tocchet getting the explanation from referee Dan O'Rourke at the Canuck bench, and he is hot.
Usually you don't see that from Rick Tocchet. He's usually pretty understanding, but I'm not a lip reader here, but I don't think we can repeat some of what he said.
Canucks win the draw. Pettersson right circle. Feeds the line for Quinn Hughes. Top of the point. Back to Pettersson. One-timer, and Pickard stopped it off his right arm. Besser again to Hughes of the line. Back to Besser. Left wing again to Hughes. Top of the point. Drives it to the net. It was tipped and just missed past the stick side of Pickard. Desharnais gets it out to center, but Hughes knocks it free for Pettersson. Delaying at the Oiler line. Pettersson gains the blue line. Sweeps it left wing out of the reach of Besser, and Desharnais gets it off the boards and back to center. Hughes for Miller. Middle of the ice. Left wing Pettersson makes a move around Ryan into the Oilers zone, but Ryan stole the puck and cleared it all the way back down the ice.
Derek Ryan with a good job for the Oilers there to basically pin Elias Pettersson along the boards and stick checks the puck to clear down the ice.
Besser cleared it to the Oiler line, trying to fire it up the left wing for JT Miller, but Cody Ceci broke it up and dumped it back into the Canuck end. Hughes behind his own goal. Up the near side for Lindholm. Middle of the ice to the Oiler line. Drops right wing for Besser. Stick handling into the slot. Tied up by Nurse. Pettersson's in to get the puck. Tries a rink-wide pass. Janmark couldn't clear. Miller holds in. Back to Pettersson, right circle. Top of the point for Hughes. Long wrist shot. Tipped wide of the net. And Besser recovers it near corner. To Pettersson, top of the circle. Back down the boards to Besser. Pressured by Nurse. Played it down low to Miller. Now to Pettersson, right point with room. Side of the net. Miller backhand to forehand. Robbed by Pickard. He sent the rebound wide of the net, too. Big save from the Oiler goaltender. 40 seconds left in the Canuck power play. Besser left wing. Back to the line for Hughes. Watched by Janmark. Goes to Besser on the half wall. Spins it back to Hughes. Challenged by Connor Brown to the line. Passes right circle to Pettersson. Rink-wide feed, deflected off a stick. Besser's after it far boards. Circles, or cycles it behind the net for Miller, rather. Now to the right wing for Pettersson. Bottom of the circle, carrying below the goal line. Drops to Miller on the boards. 15 seconds left on the power play. Miller, top of the point. Hughes, left circle. Besser, one-timer, and Pickard's there to make the save. And hold on. 4:23 gone in the second period. 11 seconds left in the Vancouver power play. The Oilers lead the Canucks 2-1 in Game 5.
A couple of big saves by Calvin Pickard. First tested by Elias Pettersson at the beginning of the power play. Quinn Hughes also leaning into a shot that was deflected wide, but after that, JT Miller down low, trying to spin in front of the net to beat Pickard, and an excellent save by the veteran goaltender for Edmonton.
Luger line out for the offensive zone faceoff. Joshua Garland, Hronek, and Soucy on the ice late in the power play, but the Oilers win the faceoff, and Bouchard clears it all the way down. Soucy behind his own net will start the breakout as Fogle steps out of the box. Oilers back to even strength. Canucks 0 for 2 on the power play. Puck is dumped into the Edmonton end. Garland first to it, left corner. Over skate to the puck. Ekholm gets it free to Draisaitl. Leaves at his own line for McDavid. Tried to flip it out to center. It bounces off a stick, and Zadorov's back to it in his own zone. Quickly ahead for Bluger. Back down low to Myers. Now left wing for Garland to the Oiler line. Stood up by Bouchard. And he gets the puck for... and tries to clear it back in on the left wing. Offside is waved off. And Bluger's allowed to dump it in, as I think they ruled that Draisaitl swept it back into his own zone. DiGiuseppe lays a big hit on Ekholm near corner. A turnover in front. DiGiuseppe scores! The new dad ties the game for the Canucks. Phil DiGiuseppe has his first career Stanley Cup playoff goal, and it's 2-2.
That goal is for Sam and Maggie. Papa DiGiuseppe gets one to tie this up, being effective on the forecheck, like he was in the Carson Soucy goal, just being aggressive on the play. And as the Canucks get it deep, DiGiuseppe drills Ekholm on the right-hand side, and that's where a good job by Niels Oman to add pressure as well, as DiGiuseppe backhands it to the back of the net, goes 5-hole.
Oilers bench is having a chat about whether they're going to challenge for offside here. Remember, the offside was waved off after they ruled that Draisaitl played it back into his own zone, but there is no challenge. The goal will stand. It's Phil DiGiuseppe's first of the postseason at 5:14 of the second period to tie the game at 2. The time of the goal is brought to you by Crow, your trusted advisors for 55 years. Learn more at crowmackay.ca. Brett Kulak back to the puck, far corner in his own zone, cleared up the boards. Zadorov tried to hold in, but here's Evander Kane to center. Right wing to the Vancouver line, centering pass, tipped away from McLeod. Great play by Puck Colson on the back check, and the Canucks get it out to center. Dylan Holloway leaves at his own line for Kulak. Again to Holloway, left wing at center. Mishandled the puck, gave it away to Podkolzin. Here's DiGiuseppe again, right wing for Podkolzin. Into the Oilers zone, shoots near circle. It's deflected over the net and out of play. 5:51 gone in the second period. A tied game in Game 5. Vancouver and Edmonton knotted at 2 goals apiece.
Well, the Canucks bottom 6 doing a good job here, creating some chances. First, that goal by Phil DiGiuseppe, who missed the last 2 games due to the birth of his son, Sam. And, of course, want to say congratulations to the entire Phil DiGiuseppe and his family, Maggie and the newborn, Sam.
Said it was a tough pregnancy, said he was proud of Sam for battling through, that Sam and Maggie would be heading home today. And it comes a few days late as Sam, the newest member of the DiGiuseppe family. Oilers to center. Nugent Hopkins to the Vancouver line. Drop left wing for McDavid. Might have been offside. Close play. McDavid's knocked down by Soucy, and the Canucks come away with the puck. Hughes Suter to center. Drops to Myers. Joining the rush. Left wing to the Oiler line. Dumps it behind the net. Ekholm near corner. Hit by Miller. Turn the puck over to Suter. Down low to Miller. Out of the corner. Into the slot for Besser. Drops for Myers. One-timer. And Pickard across to his right. Held it out off the pad. Great save. Now here's McDavid with speed. Right wing to the Vancouver line. Top of the circle going to the goal. Backhand feed in front. Cleared by Soucy back to center. It's a 2-on-1 for the Canucks the other way if they hurry. Lindholm left wing. Besser going to the goal. Lindholm drives to the net. Backhand shot. And Pickard made another good stop off his left pad. Fire wagon hockey here with Hyman back to the Vancouver line on left wing. Carries to the near corner. Watched by Hughes. Try to shot from a tough angle. The Canuck captain blocked it and gets it back in the far corner. Hughes passes near boards for Höglander. Right wing to center. Into the Oiler end. Chips it past Nurse and gets after it on the forecheck. Pettersson in there too. Höglander trying to dig it free. Has it right wing corner. Carries up the boards. Makes a nice move away from Brown. Cut into the slot. Drops for Lindholm near circle. He's tied up in a battle with Janmark. Clears it behind the Oiler net. Pettersson far corner. Beaten to the puck by Ryan. Goes to Desharnais behind his own goal. For Nurse behind the net. Again for Desharnais, and he clears it off the boards all the way down. This is going to be icing against Edmonton. And a relatively tired Oiler line won't be able to change here. As Nurse, Desharnais, and Brown have both been out there for, or all three of them rather, have been out there for more than 30 seconds.
And the Canucks bringing the heat on the forecheck. This is why Niels Höglander is back in the lineup, pressuring Desharnais and Nurse to ice the puck. And as of right now, the Oilers don't have a shot on goal here in the second period.
Face-off left circle in the Edmonton zone. Not to mention that Calvin Pickard has had to make a couple of great saves to prevent the Canucks from taking the lead. Face-off win for Edmonton. Nurse flips it to the Vancouver line. Hughes passes back up the left wing for Joshua. Dumps it into the corner. Garland after it. Poke checked by Nurse. Desharnais takes control. Throws it up the near boards, but Hronek holds in right point. Philip Hronek. Long shot. Sails well wide of the net. Hughes activates from the left point. Ties up Connor Brown on the boards. Garland in to help out. Digs it free to Bluger below the goal line. Garland pinned to the boards by Desharnais. Bluger in there trying to pry it free. But it's Desharnais who passes middle of the ice for Brown. Right wing for Derek Ryan to the Vancouver line, wide of the boards. Can't get a shot away, cuts behind the net, centers in front. Brown tried to throw it to the goal. It was blocked by Hughes, and he'll leave it near corner for Hronek. Now to Connor Garland, winding his way to center. Oilers in the midst of a change. Garland's content to dump it in, so the Canucks can complete one as well. Just past the 8-minute mark, second period. Oilers and Canucks tied at 2 in Game 5. DiGiuseppe gets it right corner after Podkolzin held in the zone. Kulak back to it far corner, hit hard by Podkolzin. Comes up the boards to Draisaitl. He'll flip it high in the air to center on the backhand. Kane takes it down and gloves it into the Canucks zone. Evander Kane right wing, crunched into the wall by Zadorov. Ian Cole back to it. Hit into the end boards by Holloway, who gets it free right corner. He's pinned to the boards by DiGiuseppe. Cole trying to knock it loose. It comes to DiGiuseppe. Plays behind his own net for Zadorov. Chased down by Draisaitl. He cleared it up the wall in the back end to center for Oman. Centering past DiGiuseppe's all alone. Left wing to the Oiler line. Fakes a shot. Threw it to the net. And Pickard kicked it out off the pad. Oilers can't clear. Zadorov, high slot. Fanned on a shot. He was tripped going to the middle of the ice by Evander Kane. And the Canucks will go to the power play. Kane doesn't like it. Zadorov's back jawing at him. JT Miller trying to prevent him from taking a penalty that would even this up. But the Canucks will get a man advantage and an opportunity to take the lead when we return. 8:49 gone in the second. It's a 2-all tie. The Canucks and the Oilers in Game 5 on Alpine Credits. Canucks playoff hockey on Sportsnet 650 and the Sportsnet Radio Network.
Carter Honda is on the bandwagon, and it's game time, saving the best deals for the playoffs. Lease a new Honda Civic or HR-V from just 3.49% with plenty of stock to choose from. Or lease the award-winning CR-V from just 2.99%. And yes, that includes the CR-V hybrid model. Come in and ask about the playoff package at Carter Honda, 8th and Burrard, and CarterHonda.com. Let's go!
Treat yourself to something tasty anytime at Max's Bakery and Deli. For breakfast, enjoy decadent pastries and, of course, coffee. For lunch, soup, salads, and sandwiches are seriously tasty favorites. And for lunch or dinner, Max's Deli case is stocked with 60 freshly made meals and savories. Eat at a cozy table or take it with you. Grab a treat at Max's Bakery and Deli, Vancouver's ultimate sweet escape. Open daily 6:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. at 3105 Oak Street. Online at maxsdeli.ca.
Navigating the seas of business, the waves can be unpredictable and overwhelming. Stay on course with Crow's trusted advisors. From startups to seasoned enterprises, Crow offers advice that protects and strategies that succeed. Because every smart decision begins with expert advice. Visit crowmackay.ca to learn more. Crow, smart decisions, lasting value.
Hey, this is JT Miller, and you're on the home of the Canucks, Sportsnet 650.
You're listening to Alpine Credits, Canucks playoff hockey on Sportsnet 650 and the Sportsnet Radio Network. Own your home. Alpine Credits can get your loan approved. Alpine Credits homeowners get approved. Visit alpinecredits.ca. 2:49 elapsed second period. Canucks and Oilers tied at 2 in Game 5, and Vancouver's off to the power play with Evander Kane in the box for slashing. JT Miller wins face-off Oilers zone. Hughes got it to Pettersson, one-timer, right circle, tipped off a stick wide of the net. And Besser rims it around to Pettersson on the right wing half wall. Pettersson protects the puck, flips it back to the line for Quinn Hughes. Across to the left circle, Besser shoots, tipped off by Lindholm, stopped by Pickard, and then the rebound was swept wide to the net in the crease by Miller. Pettersson gets it back, right circle. Holding onto the puck, passes down low to JT Miller. Saucer feed into the slot for Lindholm. Back to Hughes at the line. Spins away from Derek Ryan. Passes right boards to Pettersson. Again to Hughes. Tees up a drive. Blocked in front by Desharnais. Oilers clear to the line. Hughes and Pettersson combine to hold in. Hughes dumps it right corner. Miller after it. Gets it to Pettersson on the half wall. Centers for Lindholm. Trying to pass left circle for Besser. Broken up and cleared by Derek Ryan. Huge play from the Oiler penalty killer.
One great chance there, but Elias Pettersson is feeling it. He's got the confidence when he's got the puck.
Here is Pettersson with speed to the Oiler line. Left wing, passes right side Lindholm. Tips it near boards to Besser. Down the wall, drops it back to Hughes. Now to the right wing half wall for Pettersson. Rink wide left wing JT Miller. Forced to the boards by McLeod. Tried to center for Lindholm, but it's broken up and cleared to center by Warren Foegele, and he chases Hughes back into his own zone. Shelovs flips the puck up the near side for Pettersson. Lays a huge reverse hit. Took down Warren Foegele, but he's going to get called for it. I don't know what they're going to call this as Pettersson stood his ground. Foegele ran into him and went down. And the referee hasn't signaled anything yet. Pettersson cannot believe it. They're going to call it charging against Pettersson, who was standing still. The only reason you could call this is if he actually left his feet to protect the play here. And I'll need a second look. I am honestly mystified by this call.
Looking at this replay, he does elevate just a little bit as Warren Foegele comes towards him. But we've seen this reverse hit numerous times.
And he does jump with both feet.
He does jump with both feet. So that's the reason they're calling it. He's bracing for contact, but the fact that he goes to the air is the problem here.
And now the problem, there are fans throwing things on the ice here at Rogers Arena, which you cannot have. I understand people are frustrated.
Please do not throw any objects onto the ice.
As there are beer cans coming from on high, and this is going to take a few minutes for them to clean up. And you hate to see this. I know there's a lot of passion in an all-Canadian series. I know it's a call you don't like. There is absolutely no excuse for this kind of behavior.
You can't see this at any level of sports. The athletes are on the ice. The calls are the calls. There might be frustration there. You're 100% right. But there's a line that is not supposed to be crossed, and this is one of them. Throwing anything. Show the frustration. Have the chance all you want. We're hearing that right now. That's fine. No projectiles on the ice. That is a very important rule in all sports. Luckily, it's stopped now. We're seeing very few things being thrown on the ice, but even if it's 5 or 10 items, Batch, that is way too many in professional sports or any level of sports.
And they'll take a few moments to clean that up, so it'll be 4-on-4 for 47 seconds, and then the Oilers will go back to the power play. And again, I know the fans don't like it. He clearly leaves both of his feet on the reverse hit, trying to protect it from Foegele.
On second look, it is the right call. He does leave his feet. You're 100% right. And Elias Pettersson is known for his reverse hits. This one, he does not stay on the ice, though. So it's an unfortunate one. You like to see the star player play physical. He's feeling it tonight, but that is the right call.
As they complete the cleanup here. And we'll get play back underway momentarily. Just a minor penalty against Pettersson for the charge. And I'll read from the rule book. Charging shall mean the actions of a player who, as a result of distance traveled, shall violently check an opponent in any manner. The charge may result in a checking to the boards, into the goal frame, or in the open ice. A minor or major penalty shall be imposed to a player who skates, jumps, or charges into an opponent in any manner. So he jumps into him. You can read it right there in the rule book. Unfortunate for the Canucks, but it's 4-on-4 right now. They got to keep their composure in a 2-all game. Miller to the Oiler line. Hronek stretched to stay onside. Miller got a shot. Pickard made the save. Some of the Oilers stopped playing. I think they thought it was offside. Now Miller picks off a pass in the slot. Back to the line. Hronek left circle. Low shot. It bounced off a skate to the far corner. Cody Ceci with it behind his own net, chased down by Miller. Cycles down low to Ryan McLeod. 15 seconds left in Kane's minor penalty. And then the Oilers will get a shortened power play. Here's McLeod, left wing to the Vancouver line. Tried a shot, blocked off the stick of Hughes. It comes right point for McDavid off the bench. McDavid driving middle of the ice. Watched by Dakota Joshua, protecting the puck. Goes right side to Draisaitl. Oilers are now on the man advantage. Hronek breaks it up, flips it out to center for Hughes. Hughes short-handed, left wing to the Oiler line. Lifts it in over the head of Cal Pickard, and Joshua goes after Bouchard on the forecheck. But Bouchard plays it free near side, and here's Draisaitl left wing to center. Draisaitl to the Vancouver line, drops to Nugent Hopkins, near point Bouchard. Watched by Joshua to Nugent Hopkins on the half wall. Down low to McDavid, driving towards the goal, behind the net, out the right wing side. Far circle, centers into the slot. It's tipped away from Nugent Hopkins by Myers, but they hold in the zone. Bouchard, left circle, Nugent Hopkins, down low, McDavid shoots, tough angle, stopped by Shelovs, and he holds on for the whistle. With 8:36 left in the second period, 38 seconds left in the Oiler power play. Vancouver and Edmonton are tied at 2 in Game 5 tonight at Rogers Arena.
And that is the first shot on goal for Edmonton in this period. Very dangerous from Connor McDavid. Usually, he tries to go off the ear, just above the shoulder. On this shot, he tries to go across the net, glove side on Archer Shelovs. But Shelovs makes an excellent save and covers up the rebound.
Face off to the right of Shelovs. Oilers' top power play unit on the ice. Canuck penalty killers, as you might expect. Bluger, Lindholm, Zadorov, and Ian Cole's out there too. And Draisaitl wins the draw. High slot, Evan Bouchard, chased down by Bluger. Goes left wing for Nugent Hopkins, down low to Draisaitl, who tipped it behind the net, right corner for McDavid. Out of the line for Bouchard. Again to McDavid, right wing side, poke check by Bluger, kept the pocket, rolls into Zadorov's skates. Bluger clears it to the corner, feeds behind his own net. Ian Cole, after the puck, is beaten to it by Draisaitl. 15 seconds left of the power play. Draisaitl, top of the point with room, right circle. Passes down low to Nugent Hopkins, forced to the corner by Zadorov, who pins him to the wall. Draisaitl in to get it, gave it away to Bluger, and he clears it all the way down the ice. Pettersson steps out of the box. And the Canuck penalty kill is 4 for 4 thus far tonight. Now Bouchard plays left wing to center to Evander Kane, deflects it deep into the Vancouver end. Hughes back to it, left wing for Suter, rink wide pass right wing to Miller, drops it to Hronek into the Oilers zone near circle, toe drag and a shot right on through the screen of Ceci, and Pickard made a good save. Hughes left point, dumps it behind the Oiler net. Besser's after it to the forecheck, tied up by Ceci in the corner. Besser into the board, Suter in to help out. Digs it free on the wall, pressured by McLeod. Down low to Besser. Now for Miller behind the net. Protected the puck from Kulak to the left wing side. Try to play it back to the line for Hughes. It's broken up by Holloway, and the Oilers have numbers in the rush. McLeod, left wing for Kane into the Vancouver zone. Centers for McLeod, tied up by Hughes. Knocked the puck away to the corner, takes it behind his own goal, and the Canucks turn back up ice. Hughes, left wing for Miller. To the Oiler blue line, he'll float it in deep, and Vancouver completes a change with just over 7 minutes left in the second period, and Game 5 tied at 2. Cody Ceci at his own line, challenged by Podkolzin, flips it high in the air into the Canucks zone. Oman on the back check, wins a battle with Derek Ryan. He skates left wing to center around Connor Brown, 3-on-2 for the Canucks. Oman, left wing, settles into the slot. Podkolzin missed a one-time chance. Myers holds in right boards to the near corner for Oman. Lays a hit on Ryan on the boards. Connor Brown gets it free, middle of the ice for Brett Kulak. Kulak passes right wing to center, tips off a stick in deep. Shelov's out of the goal to handle. Clears it high around the glass. Podkolzin far side, bats it deep for Soucy, and then around to the near side. DiGiuseppe. After the puck, Nurse pinches in from the line. It's caught up on the boards. Comes down low to Soucy behind his own goal. Chased down by Janmark. Got it free far side, and Podkolzin tips it to the Oiler line, so both teams can change. Desharnais, left wing to center for Nurse. Floats it rink wide into the right corner in the Vancouver end. Ian Cole back to the puck, slaps it up the boards. Joshua couldn't get it out. Draisaitl held in right wing. Holloway tried a shot, but it was blocked and deflects over the glass and out of play. 6:10 left in the second period. Game 2 between the Canucks and the Oilers is tied at 2 on Alpine Credits Canucks Playoff Hockey, streaming on the Sportsnet app and along the Sportsnet Radio Network.
Coming soon, genetically modified super soldiers encased in armor with powerful jaws, capable of infiltrating any structure and rendering it to dust. Hundreds, thousands of them. And
hey Insiders, TSI Mike here. Thank you for hanging out with us again tonight. Game number 5 of the Vancouver Canucks and Edmonton Oilers series. What a series this has been. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Make sure you hit that like button down below. As well, if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. We are getting so close to passing 20,000 subscribers. The push is on tonight. So if you're new here, please join this awesome insider community and hit that subscribe button. We'll talk to you guys real soon, and let's enjoy the game. It's going to be a good one. We know that. Who's going to get it done? McDavid and the Oilers or the Canucks at home? Are they going to pull it off? Take the 3-2 series lead back to Game 6? We'll see. Let's see you guys in. Hey Insiders, 20,000 subscribers. We did it. Thank you all so much. I can't believe it. I'm recording this pre-game because in case I'm stuck out at the soccer field or whatnot, I can just let this bad boy run. But thank you all for this 20,000 subscribers. I cannot thank you enough. This is amazing. This community that we have here is the coolest place to be to watch sports on YouTube. Thank you for being here. Big shout out to each and every one of you. All the credit goes to you. It's just me. I provide the place to hang out. You guys do all the work and do all the chat and hang out and get it done. I love it. Keep it up, you guys. The community we have built is amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And back to the hockey.
Far circle. And Chris Knobloch trying to get a bit of a mismatch here. He's got Perry, McDavid, and Fogle out together against the Bluger line for the Canucks, and McDavid wins the draw. Right point, Bouchard, tied up by Joshua. Puck comes free to Tyler Myers. He'll flip it to center for Connor Garland. Garland to the red line, had the puck swept away by Bouchard, but Soucy gets it at center and dumps it behind the Oiler net. Figured out of the goal, near corner for Ekholm, threw it up the boards, gave it away to Bluger. He sweeps it around the zone, but Corey Perry's after it far side. Garland trying to battle. Perry protecting it on the boards. Left wing corner. Bluger in to help out. Garland pries it free. Perry fell down. McDavid in to help out. Gets it loose, and Perry passes left wing for Ekholm, who skates to center. Tried to flip it up the right wing. McDavid went down away for the play. Joshua's going to get called. He can't believe it. And he's over to give the referee a piece of his mind. Well, the Oilers will get their 5th power play of the hockey game with 5:37 left in the second, and the game tied at 2.
And the arm goes up a little late on this one, but it's going through the neutral zone, and Dakota Joshua just trying to get in the way of Connor McDavid. Sticks out the right leg just enough, and McDavid takes a tumble. Dakota Joshua not happy with that, but that's really been an occurrence in this entire series where the Canucks just trying to get in the way of Connor McDavid. Just create a little bit of an interference where it's not called a penalty here. The fact that Dakota Joshua got a pretty good piece of McDavid, 2 minutes for interference.
Oilers 0 for 4 on the power play tonight. Their 5th man advantage of the game. Canucks playing with fire here, and Edmonton wins the draw. Bouchard top of the point, makes a move away from Bluger. Right circle, McDavid missed the pass. Forced to the corner by Soucy. Spins off a check, center out front. Shelov's blocked the pass with his stick and covers up for the whistle.
And you're right about playing with fire. This is a power play that, going back last couple of years, probably the greatest power play in the history of the NHL. That's what they've been able to click at, and this series is no different. But tonight, Vancouver's been aggressive with Lindholm, Bluger. Dakota Joshua's done a good job too. Unfortunately, he's in the penalty box right now.
Draisaitl and Miller on the face-off to the left of Shelovs in the Vancouver end. Miller wins the draw. Soucy flips it up the boards, but Draisaitl holds in and dumps it back behind the Canuck net. Hyman on the end boards, watched by Myers, brings it out the near side. Tried to drop it to Nugent Hopkins. Myers broke it up, got it to Lindholm, and he clears it high off the glass, but Bouchard does well to keep it in left point. Down the near side for McDavid. Takes a heavy cross-check at the back from Myers. Puck comes to center. Here's Lindholm. Canucks with a chance shorthanded. Lindholm delays, passes to Miller. Late entering the zone, carries into the corner. Is bumped by McDavid, played the puck behind the net. Miller lost his stick. The officials suddenly putting their whistles in their pockets both ways here. And Nugent Hopkins is back into the Vancouver end on left wing. Challenged by Bluger. Tried to hold in. Bouchard missed the pass far side. Tipped down the boards to Draisaitl. He's pushed to the wall by Zadorov. Now McDavid's got it right corner. Trying to pass into the slot. Tipped away off the stick of Oman. Nugent Hopkins left wing. To the line for Bouchard. Shot through traffic. Missed past the stick side of Artur Shelovs. Cole battling with Draisaitl near side. Nugent Hopkins in to get the puck, has it left corner. Poke check by Bluger. Zadorov's got it behind the goal. Pushed to the end boards by Hyman. McDavid gets it free for Nugent Hopkins. Right wing. Top of the point. Drops far side for Bouchard. 45 seconds left in the Oiler man advantage. McDavid back to Bouchard. Left wing Draisaitl. Settles a rolling puck. Rink wide pass intended for McDavid, but Neil Zoman got his stick in the passing lane and tipped it out of play. 4:13 remaining in the second period. 36 seconds left in the Dakota Joshua interference minor. The Canucks and Oilers are tied at 2 in Game 5.
He's only played 6 minutes and 32 seconds so far tonight, but Niels Oman has played excellent on the penalty kill, getting in that passing lane there, but also winning wall battles. And in this second period, the fourth line has done an excellent job being on the front foot, and Niels Oman's played a big role in that.
We saw an embellishment call earlier in the game on Janmark. McDavid probably deserved their second power play unit out. Now Ekholm with a drive from the line, stopped by Shilovs. Myers takes the rebound behind his own net, gets it far boards for Pettersson, tried to chip it out of the zone. Ekholm held in. It's dumped back behind the Vancouver net. Hronek near corner, can't clear past Evander Kane. McLeod down low, gave it away to Hronek, chased behind his own goal by Perry. Flips it around the near side, but Kane leaves for Nurse at the line. A dozen seconds left in the Oiler man advantage. Perry right corner. Behind the net for McLeod. Hit by Myers. Tried a centering pass. Broken up by Hronek. And he's going to skate it to center. As Joshua is about to step out of the box, Hronek gains the red line. Dumps it in. Canucks are 5 for 5 on the penalty kill with Joshua out of the box. Evander Kane can't handle the pass left wing. It comes to Quinn Hughes in his own zone. Flips it far side for Besser. Into the Oiler and protected the puck from Ekholm. Top of the circle. Rink wide to Miller. Right side. High slot. Susie settles. Shoots and Pickard made the save. Miller was driving the net looking for the rebound. Suter was there too. But the Oiler goaltender holds on. 3:21 left in the second period of Game 5. It's a 2-all tie between the Vancouver Canucks and the Edmonton Oilers on Alpine Credits Canucks Playoff Hockey on Sportsnet 650 and the Sportsnet Radio Network.
How many emails, text messages, notifications for calendar reminders of meetings you don't want to go to are all waiting for you to deal with right now? Well, your legendary escape from it all awaits. The number 5 orange is open right now. That's a meeting invite worth accepting. Pre-game, post-game, even during the game. The number 5 orange.
From the location, the service, and right down to the deal, it's nice to know that everything is easy at Ensign Pacific, Vancouver's premier Chrysler Dodge Ram Jeep dealer. Spring into a brand new Jeep Wrangler. Get 5% off MSRP on the ultimate in off-road capability and style, with a full lineup of 2024 Wranglers in stock. Ensign Pacific on 2nd Avenue between Cambie and Maine. Easy to get to, easy to deal with.
Everything's easy at Ensign Pacific. Treat yourself to something tasty anytime at Max's Bakery and Deli. For breakfast, enjoy decadent pastries and, of course, coffee. For lunch, soup, salads, and sandwiches are seriously tasty favorites. And for lunch or dinner, Max's Deli case is stocked with 60 freshly made meals and savories. Eat at a cozy table or take it with you. Grab a treat at Max's Bakery and Deli, Vancouver's ultimate sweet escape. Open daily 6:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. at 3105 Oak Street. Online at maxsdeli.ca.
Hi, this is Elias Pettersson, and you're listening to the official home of the Canucks, Sportsnet 650.
Get your tickets for the Canucks online 50-50 draw. Go to Canucks.com/5050 to enter. Ticket sales close at the end of the second intermission. Must be 19 plus and located in BC at the time of purchase to play. Know your limit. Play within it. 3:21 left in the second period. A 2-all tie between the Canucks and the Oilers in Game 5 at Rogers Arena. Face off of the Edmonton zone. Canucks fourth line out against the Oilers fourth line. And it's Oman and Ryan in the circle. Oman wins it to Podkolzin. Left point, Quinn Hughes. Dumps it behind the Oiler net. DiGiuseppe's after it to the end boards. Already with a goal tonight. Phil DiGiuseppe spins away from Ryan. Behind the net, Podkolzin has it right corner. Banks it to the line for Hronek. Shot through traffic. Snared by the glove hand of Calvin Pickard.
The shot comes in from Philip Hronek. Niels Oman had the duck there as it was above the crossbar, nearly hit his own teammate, but the fourth line has really done an excellent job getting in on the forecheck and really leaning on the Edmonton Oilers. And it's not only against the fourth line. There was a shift here in the second period where they actually went head-to-head against the Draisaitl line and ended up winning that battle. So a collective, strong collective effort by that fourth line.
Canucks are out shooting the Oilers 11-2 in this second period. They've carried most of the play. And they win a face-off at the Edmonton end. Here's Hughes right wing, driving towards the goal. Hook by Kane, centered up front, loose of the crease. Hoglander swept out it to get it to go. Now Pettersson for the line with a long drive that was tipped wide of the net. Zadorov left wing, dumps it into the slot. Lindholm couldn't chip it to the goal. Comes to Höglander behind the net. Höglander, right wing, to Pettersson, top of the circle. Back to Hughes at the line. Again to Pettersson. He's got a lane towards the net. Settles, shoots, stopped by Pickard. Rebound bounces to the near corner. Draisaitl chips it up the boards. Kane clears to the line. Hughes holds in, dumps it left corner. Lindholm after it, tied up by Ceci on the boards. Puck is caught up in skates. Lindholm flips it back to Zadorov at the line. Long shot deflected. Pickard made a save. Rebound in front. Lindholm driving the net. Couldn't scoop it home. Draisaitl can't clear. Canucks all over the Oilers in their own zone. Now Evander Kane does get it out over the blue line, but turned it over to Höglander at center. Ahead for Lindholm, right wing. Try to pass into the slot. Out of the reach of Pettersson. Settled by Ceci. Kulak fires right wing. Here's Holloway with a lane. Into the Vancouver zone. Top of the circle. Long shot. Grabbed by Shilovs with the glove hand. And he gets the whistle with 2 minutes and 11 seconds left in the second period. A 2-all tie between the Canucks and Oilers in Game 5 in Vancouver.
And Vancouver with some great pressure through this Lindholm line as Quinn Hughes activating down the right-hand side. Creates an opportunity and just a number of shots coming through for Vancouver. And Elias Pettersson had a lot of room. Takes a wrister and a shoulder save by Pickard. Excellent opportunity for Pettersson, who's got 6 shot attempts and 3 shots on goal tonight.
Fans are cheering because Canadian actor Adam DeMarco of White Lotus fame was shown on the big screen, and he had "refuse suck" typed into his notepad on his phone and held it up, so that got a nice loud cheer.
I like that, thinking ahead.
Oilers win the face-off of the Vancouver zone. Fogle right corner, pushed to the boards by Hronek, comes middle of the ice. Derek Ryan tried a one-timer. Soucy blocked it. It rolled into the slot, but no Oilers were there. Nurse left wing, dumps it behind the net for McLeod. In front, one-time chance for Ryan, and a great blocker save by Archer Shilovs to keep this tied at 2. Garland in his own zone, clears it high around the glass. Joshua's pinned to the wall by Desharnais. Fogle gets it free right corner, trying to drive out front. It rolled through the crease right to Teddy Bluger, and he clears it off the glass near side and out to center. Nurse at the red line, flipped it back into the Canucks zone. Hronek had lost his stick, but used his soccer skills rather to kick it out to center, and now Soucy dumps it into the Oiler end on right wing. McLeod back to the puck. Suter after him on the forecheck. He leaves behind the net for Desharnais. Near side Nurse, rink wide for McLeod to center. Flips it to the Canuck line. Oilers were changing. Hyman tried to receive the pass while jumping onto the ice, but missed it, and Hughes goes back to Myers. Now to center for Besser. Bounced off his skate back into the Canuck zone. He'll regroup and leave for Hughes down low. Quinn Hughes, watched by Zach Hyman in his own end. Just over a minute left in the second. Gets it ahead to Brock Besser. Near side Tyler Myers. Holding onto the puck, drops to Hughes. Passes to Besser into the Oilers zone. Right wing for Suter. Top of the circle. Shoots. Stopped by Pickard. Rebound to the left point. Is held in by Hughes. Threw it down the boards, but McDavid has it, and he'll flip it out to center. He's hammered by Suter into the boards, and Hughes gets the puck in his own end. Hughes near side for Miller. Nice pass left wing for Besser. Into the Oiler end. Watched by Bouchard. Tried a centering pass. The Oiler defenseman blocked it. It bounced back to the near corner. Suter missed the puck, and Nugent Hopkins gets it high off the glass and out. Hronek at his own line. D-to-D for Zadorov. Rink wide feed right side for Miller. He chips it in deep. Canucks are changing, and Ekholm takes it behind his own net with time. He feeds near side for Nugent Hopkins. Flipped it to center. Hronek gloves it down to the red line. Played it back up the near boards. He's tied up by McDavid. Turned the puck over to Hyman. McDavid left wing. Dumps it into the Canucks zone. Zadorov back to it behind his own net with 15 seconds left in the period. Plays middle of the ice for Hronek in his own end. Hronek left wing for Podkolzin with a step into the Oilers zone. Gets a shot. Stopped by Pickard. Rebound cleared to the corner by Ceci. Holloway back to center. Dying seconds now. Gains the red line. Chips it right wing into the Vancouver zone. Centering pass. Broken up by Oman. And a thrilling middle frame comes to an end. The Canucks outshot the Oilers 18-4 in this second period. They got the lone goal from Phil DiGiuseppe, and the game is tied at 2 after 2 tonight in Vancouver.
The Canucks were on the front foot on the second period. Only 1 giveaway in that period compared to 7 in the first. And the reason for that is because they're playing more offensive hockey, putting pressure in the neutral zone and off the forecheck, and that's exactly how they scored, as Phil DiGiuseppe and Niels Oman worked the forecheck to score that goal. So an excellent response for Vancouver. They're going to have to bring more of that in the third. A key third period coming up here in Game 5.
And oh yeah, their penalty kill, 5 for 5.
Not bad.
Thus far tonight. Time for Canucks Central at the intermission with Satyar Shah, Bick Nazar, and Brett Festerling.
This is Canucks Central at the intermission on the official home of the Canucks. Sportsnet 650 and the Sportsnet Radio Network.
Bouchard tried a rink-wide pass, batted out of midair by Joshua. Tries to clear it back in on the left wing. Offside is waved off. And Bluger's allowed to dump it in, as I think they ruled that Draisaitl swept it back into his own zone. DiGiuseppe lays a big hit on Ekholm near corner. A turnover in front. DiGiuseppe scores! The new dad ties the game for the Canucks.
What a finish by Phil Giuseppe. The baby bump is real. Canucks now tied at 2. Series tied at 2. Let's go outside the Canucks locker room where we're joined by Canucks defenseman Carson Soucy. Got the Canucks opener in this game. Carson, I mean, you know, PDG had to leave for a couple of days, of course, on the road to come back for his wife giving birth. And what is it about guys when they have a baby? It seems like it brings the best out of them when they start playing a hockey game next time.
Yeah, a little extra motivation. Maybe a little rest helps too. You know, playing every other day here. So that could be a big part, but there's definitely some motivation for him, I'm sure.
It started a little bit in the back half of the first period, but it felt like it carried through that period. The team skating really well. What was the factor into that?
Yeah, I think you said it. Just we're skating, we're moving our feet all over the ice, kind of closing plays a little earlier. So we have lots of speed, lots of momentum in the neutral zone. Our forwards are kind of doing a good job making those plays, making plays off the rush.
For yourself, on your goal, you dragged that puck in and shot a glove side. Is that a bit of a scouting report, trying to get a glove side on Pickard as much as possible?
I wouldn't say that. I kind of, when it's out that far, they kind of lean towards the puck. So if I can pull it, I think I can get it by that first defender is the big thing.
But that's a great snipe, Carson. Great stuff, man. Best of luck in the third.
Thank you.
All right, that is Canucks defenseman Carson Soucy. Canucks and Oilers tied at 2. It's Satyar Shah, Vic Nazar, and Brett Festerling. And guys, I mean, a very eventful second period, full of controversial calls, fans throwing stuff onto the ice, which of course, please don't throw stuff onto the ice. But nonetheless, a lot of frustration, a lot of intensity, a lot of pressure in this hockey game here. And the Canucks had one of their best periods of this series here in the second.
Yeah, one of the best series of the playoffs, I think. And you heard Soucy talk about skating. To me, that was the biggest thing. They were going north. Yeah. They were back checking. It allowed them to close so much speed where Edmonton couldn't just wind it up. PDG in the fourth line, getting in, hitting bodies, creating turnovers. It was a good period by the Canucks.
We talked about that sequence in the first period where Soucy kind of jumps up into a play and helps facilitate the breakout. And then thereafter, it felt like, okay, it was coming, and they had some chances, obviously, with Pettersson, and eventually the Soucy goal happens. And you think, all right, well, they're winning a track meet a little bit with the Oilers. And it's just that goal right after kind of takes the wind out of the sails. But it carried over into this period. And just look at the shots through that period. 18 for the Canucks in that period. You think, if you're going to play a speed game against Edmonton, surely it favors them, and it hadn't at all.
Well, and it's interesting. IMAC turned to me late in the second period, and he's like, Edmonton looks like Vancouver in Edmonton where they couldn't get out of their own zone. They're just flipping pucks out. I mean, and case in point, towards the end of the period, there's a play to be made to Connor McDavid in the neutral zone. They just flip it out.
Yeah.
And if this was, you know, when they're connecting play, shows you, Brett, when you're feeling pressure, when a team comes at you in waves and starts getting that momentum and starts stringing passes together and plays with energy, it's hard for the other team to handle. And we're seeing that in the second period from Edmonton.
Yeah, D-men start hearing feet and you lose track, and there's a little fatigue. So you're thinking too much, and the game seems to move faster, right? And then you panic a bit, and you're getting out because you just don't want to turn it over in your zone, which is exactly how Vancouver gets their goal, right? Yeah. So that puts a little more doubt in your mind as a D-man. So that's good work by the Canucks. But yeah, you see that paying dividends for the Canucks against the Oilers right now.
17 shot attempts for the Canucks at 5-on-5, only 7 for the Oilers, who obviously had some power plays in that period as well. That resulted in just only 5 extra shot attempts.
Yeah, you know what? We'll get to the Canucks PK in a second because it has been dynamite tonight for Vancouver. But let's get to the goal. Phil Giuseppe, new dad. We were joking on the pregame show that, hey, the baby bump is real. I don't know what it is, but when guys have a kid and they play their first game back, usually they do good things. And Phil Giuseppe, what an effort, what a finish to tie the game at 2.
Yeah, he gets the hit. That's what I think. He comes in flying, and he gets the hit. He's the one that kind of keeps Oilers in their own zone. Oman goes after Bouchard behind. Bouchard thinks he's just going to set up. Yeah. They're staying aggressive, right? That creates a turnover, and then PDG, new dad, takes it home.
It's that thing about being the F1 or the digger, whatever it is. It's if there's a bobble, if there's a turnover, if you create the moment of hesitation, get to the net too. It's not just about falling back in. It's PDG with the hit on Echo, and then recognizes the opportunity, gets to the slot. And you know, it's great you can do the first thing, but you have to sequence it and chain it together. And there he is, picks up a loose puck and a spinning backhand, 5-hole.
Well, and he's been in the middle of a lot of stuff. I mean,
absolutely.
So the first period, one of the best chances the Canucks had was on the penalty kill. It was Pettersson setting up PDG for the chance. And then he had a great opportunity earlier as well in the second period. Or in the first period. He's had some good looks. In the second where he got a chance on a bit of a break. It's unfortunate. Oman kind of throws the puck into his skates. If that's clean, maybe he goes in a lot cleaner. But he gets a shot, he gets a rebound. Unfortunately, nobody on the other end of it. But 3 of the better scoring chances the Canucks have had. One ends up as a goal. PDG in the mix in things here tonight.
Yeah, and then he ends up that shift that he gets the partial break, and then they get some more momentum. That actually becomes the Kane slashing penalty in the slot, right?
Yeah.
So those details pay dividends for sure.
It's a huge night for the fourth line, right?
Yeah.
They get the goal with the Susie goal. They're out there as well. PDG's out there. And you think, okay, all the role players, all the depth situations, penalty kill, fourth line, they have come through massively. And this is the game. You can't squander that type of performance. We usually talk about that with a goalie standing on his head. You can't squander a game where your depth players have won in such a big way.
Yeah, we were talking about heading into this game with Pettersson playing with Lindholm, that is this going to be the game where they really load their top three and the fourth line doesn't play a ton? Now, it's not that Podkolzin has a ton of ice time. He's only played 5:24. Ullmann's only played 7:17. DiGiuseppe's only played 6 minutes, but they've been impactful minutes so far. Every shift has counted for these guys.
You turn to me in the last minute, they're like, oh, fourth line, out there in the last minute of a second period.
30 seconds, PDG, go to work, right? Just get that momentum. We're gonna carry this into the third. I like it.
We have a lot of reaction on the text inbox. Torgy says PDG Bluger and PD having a great game. That's Torgy. Others texting in as well. We are playing unreal. Crazy reffing in general this game, however. I mean, chaos in that second period. Maybe the most controversial call which was made. And honestly, I gotta say, there's a lot of calls that have been made. I know fans are angry. I haven't had too much of a problem with too many of them. However, the Pettersson charging call. Now, Vic has to pull out the rule book, it seems like every single intermission show, but here we are pulling the rule book out again. By the letter of the law, you're not allowed to jump ahead of a hit. By the letter of the law.
Hang on, you forgot a word here.
Into.
Yes, charging. A minor or major penalty shall be imposed on a player who skates, jumps into, or charges an opponent in any manner. So into is doing a lot of work here.
Well, because technically he's jumping in the air. He does jump up in the air, but isn't Foegele skating into him?
So there's certain things you can't dispute about this whole sequence, okay? Pettersson definitely leaves his feet prior to any contact with Foegele. You can't dispute that. And this isn't a traditional bang-bang play. Like, there's enough of a separation between Foegele and Pettersson that it looks like it could be charging, okay? I wouldn't call it. I want to be very clear about this. But from the referee who raises...
Hey, Insiders! TSI Mike here. Thank you for hanging out with us again. Thank you all so much. Game number 5 of the Vancouver Canucks and Edmonton Oilers series. What a series this has been. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Make sure you hit that like button down below. As well, if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. We are getting so close to passing 20,000 subscribers. The push is on tonight. So if you're new here, please join this awesome insider community and hit that subscribe button. We'll talk to you guys real soon, and let's enjoy the game. It's going to be a good one. We know that. Who's going to get it done? McDavid and the Oilers or the Canucks at home? Are they going to pull it off? Take the 3-2 series lead back to Game 6? We'll see. Let's see you guys in the chat. Get loud. Cheer on your teams.
Going to see that's what he called. It's a stretch for the into. I really don't like the call. I think Petey's protecting himself more than anything.
Yes.
Because I believe it's Brown. Is it Brown?
That's Foegele.
Fogel's skating full blast at him.
Yeah.
Right? He's got all the momentum. So in my mind, Petey's protecting himself here. He just ends up leaving his feet. That's where the confusion is.
Well, I can't remember an instance where that was called like that. I've seen it. That's what confused me when I see charging. That's why we turn to the rule book. It's something you don't often see called. That's the thing.
No, I mean, when you hear charging, you think it's somebody running 150 feet and putting somebody through the wall 4 feet off it. So weird call.
There was another call. I didn't love it because I thought McDavid went down a little bit easy. Is Joshua McDavid an interference call? This text here says the stripes, they have to start calling. Oh, no, this one says, when are the refs going to call the divings? McDavid goes so far on that. To me, he goes down easy. It's what the Canucks have been doing, chipping a body. But give McDavid credit. I mean, it is embellishment to some degree. Now when he's feeling that contact, he's going down. And maybe that's why the officials call it. But that's what the coach has been talking about. Don't let guys go through the neutral zone unmolested. Put something on them. And to me, it's not a big hit, or it's not really a big infraction by Dakota Joshua. But McDavid goes down and he draws the call.
The thing is, he's really going out of his way to make the contact. That's the thing. It's not like we're skating next to each other, I'm going to chip you. He shifts several feet over to initiate that contact. And Brett, you kind of pointed to me I wonder if that's something the Oilers have been mentioning to the officials either before the games or whatever it is.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you got to think this happens to Connor McDavid literally every game he plays. Every team is going to target him to try to take away his speed. They're all going to do it. So the Oilers are going to harp on the league and harp on the refs to make sure it doesn't happen. Now, is it embellishment? Yes, but every team's going to try to slow him up, and eventually you're going to run that game.
I just think if you're going to do it, you got to be way more subtle than Dakota Joshua was in that moment, because it's like you have to navigate multiple feet just to get to him. It didn't look subtle by Joshua.
No, I don't know. I thought he went down easy, but that's the thing. You put your hand on McDavid in the neutral zone, he's going to draw the penalty. It's just one of those things where it's an oddly officiated game. Like, some things are getting called, some things aren't, and I can understand why there's frustration. However, one thing you can't dispute is how effective the Canucks PK's been here tonight.
It's unbelievable. Unbelievable how, like, there have been PKs where they haven't even got a shot off. It looks completely different, and that's a full credit to the guys out there. It just looks more compact. There was a moment where 3 guys were up high as there was a bit of a loose puck. Oilers got the entry, and their back was to the slot, obviously. And even when it got down low, you can see, okay, a 2-on-1 is forming in front of the net. A guy's chasing after the puck below the line, and they sorted it out so quick, and everything just looks tight.
Yeah, compact, patient, but then aggressive at the right times, it seems like. So like, a lot of times Beluga was attacking walls or getting loose pucks, and then you saw Zadorov and Cole trigger. But until that moment, there was some patience and there was some connectivity and keeping it tight, not getting drawn out of position by Connor doing swoops or whatever it was. So really nice job by the Canucks so far tonight.
As far as the Canucks man advantage goes, they've had a few opportunities, and I will say Calvin Pickard's done his best work on the PK, made a few good saves, maybe 2 of the best chances they had. One was on a Lindholm tip. Pickard made the save, and the best chance they had was on a jam play by J.T. Miller. Gets a first chance, gets the rebound, but Pickard stones him on both opportunities.
Pettersson had a one-timer, goes off the blocker, and you're just looking for, okay, can you get 2 chances on a power play? Well, they kind of did that. They just didn't convert, but now does the whistle go in their favor here in the 3rd period?
Yeah, and you know what? Canucks power play looks a lot more dangerous tonight.
Yeah, a lot of reaction on text inbox too. This one says, give Podkolzin credit for how he's playing. Good start for him as well. 3rd period is coming up next. Batch and Randeep with the call on the home of your Canucks, Sportsnet 650.
As BC's favorite team continues their playoff run, visit any Tiletown location and receive 20% off any regular priced in-stock tile. Locally owned and operated since 1971, Tiletown offers free design and consultation, do-it-yourself supplies, and their Schluter certified staff have the knowledge to help you with your project. Get started today at Tiletown. Visit them at any one of their 3 locations in Victoria, Richmond, and Langley, and online at mytiletown.ca.
The hardest work should lead to the best quality of life. If you're a skilled trades worker, you might not be feeling that way right now. But in Alberta, skilled trades workers can earn more, save more, and live more with better wages and a lower cost of living. Visit albertaiscalling.ca to learn more about the $5,000 moving bonus for the first 2,000 skilled trades workers who move to Alberta, stay for a year, and successfully apply. A message from the Government of Alberta.
In a world where business knows no borders, Crow provides global reach on a personal scale. Spanning more than 145 countries, Crow's trusted advisors have the knowledge and expertise to add value to your business. From traditional accounting services to business consulting, Crow creates solutions tailored to your unique needs. Let Crow's expertise elevate your business. Visit crowmackay.ca to learn more. Crow. Smart decisions, lasting value.
BCers love hockey, and they also love burgers. What's even better is saving 20% off takeout during the playoffs. Order White Spot online and save 20% off with code SAVE20. Not valid on May 12th, June 16th, or on pirate packs and alcohol. Only at whitespot.ca.
Door to door or port to port, All Cargo Express is the leading Canadian international freight forwarder. Importing and exporting vehicles, heavy equipment, commercial goods, and personal effects, All Cargo Express offers ocean, air, rail, and truck services right to your door. With All Cargo's extensive experience in delivering their customers with prompt and efficient handling, you can have peace of mind knowing your shipment is in good hands. All Cargo Express, Canadian-owned and operated company since 1978. Explore their services or get a quote at allcargoexpress.com.
Step up to the plate. Let's play ball.
It's go time.
Stream the Toronto Blue Jays all season long on Sportsnet Plus. Plans start at $19.99 a month.
Boy, oh boy, this is premium stuff.
Subscribe now at sportsnetplus.ca.
What are you reading?
The email with detailed pricing on Parksville 96 in Surrey. This is awesome, and they're on sale now.
Are you going for the luxury package or the investor pricing?
One of each, a place to live and a mortgage helper down the road.
I can't believe the location and amenities, the park, SkyTrain, and so much to do right in the building.
And I can walk to work at the hospital and save a ton on gas and commuting time.
Let's do it.
Play where the Canucks play. Northview Golf and Country Club, the official golf course of the Vancouver Canucks and home of the Jake Milford Canucks Charity Invitational, featuring 2 championship courses designed by the king himself, Arnold Palmer, and the host site of 7 years of PGA Tour history. Whether you play the Ridge or Canal, it's West Coast golf at its finest, and finish your day in Duffy's Sports Grill. Book your tee time now at northviewgolf.com, created by a legend, open to all.
The 2024 Outlander PHEV is now in stock. The world's best-selling plug-in hybrid vehicle is now more efficient, more powerful, and more sophisticated than ever, with rates starting from 4.49% plus the industry's best warranty. Elevate your everyday. Make new tracks at Applewood Mitsubishi in the Richmond Auto Mall or at applewoodmitsubishi.ca.
This is Alpine Credit's Canucks Playoff Hockey. On the official home of the Canucks, Sportsnet 650 and the Sportsnet Radio Network.
Welcome back inside Rogers Arena. Brendan Batchelor alongside Randeep Janda. The Canucks and Oilers are tied at 2 after 2 in Game 5 with the series tied at 2. And as we get set to go to the third period, the roadmap for the Canucks, Randeep, is rinse and repeat what you did in the second period.
Do not let up. Outshot Edmonton 17-4. They're winning battles all over the ice, skating, aggressive on the forecheck, and really dominating the neutral zone where any good attack starts. So the Canucks have to continue that. You can expect a pushback by Edmonton. The Canucks have to match it.
It's the McDavid line against the Miller line to get us underway in the third. Canucks in blue, skating from right to left. The Oilers in white, going from left to right. And Miller and McDavid will contest the draw. With Nugent Hopkins and Suter pushing away from the puck. McDavid wins it back to Matthias Ekholm, who lifts it into the Vancouver zone to our right. Hyman right boards, dumps it behind the net. McDavid pushed to the end wall by Myers. Puck comes free near corner. Myers plays it up the wall for Brock Besser, delays at his own line, gave it away to Nugent Hopkins at center, trying to pass ahead to Miller. And the Oiler forward drops it back to Evan Bouchard in his own zone. Bouchard across to Ekholm. Left wing for Hyman into the Vancouver end. Poke check by Myers. Cleared the puck to the line. Hyman holds in. Right wing. Tried a long shot. Blocked off the stick of Besser in front, and Miller flips it out to center. Bouchard missed the puck. Here's Suter left wing into the Oiler end. Forced to the corner by Ekholm. Comes up the wall for Miller. He'll rim it behind the net, and Ian Cole holds in right point of the backhand. Cole dumps it back to the end boards. Cycle broken up by Ekholm. Got it ahead to Nugent Hopkins. Couldn't clear the zone. Suter middle of the ice. Bats it back deep. And Matthias Ekholm goes back to it in the corner with both teams completing changes nearly a minute into the third period. Game 5 is tied 2-2. Ekholm. Bank pass left wing to center, tipped in deep by Dylan Holloway. Artur Shilovs is out of his goal to handle. Shilovs gave it away near corner. Evander Kane was so surprised that he fell and missed the puck. Now Desharnais tries a shot from the line, blocked by Pettersson in the slot, can't get it out. Nurse throws it to the goal, and Shilovs makes a save. Holloway left wing, pushed off the puck by Lindholm. Here's a 4-on-2 for the Canucks to center. Pettersson through the middle for Elias Lindholm, right wing. High slot, Ian Cole shoots. Stop off the shoulder of Pickard. Pettersson gets it back, turns and fires. That one was blocked by Nurse. He's down and in pain. Canucks hold it in the zone. Hughes left point, throws it to the goal. Blocked in front by Desharnais. Nurse back to his feet, flips it out to center, and Ian Cole in the red line, pressured by Evander Kane, plays it up the right side. Pettersson sent it back into the Oilers zone. Nurse goes rink wide near boards for Vincent Desharnais, and both teams change yet again.
And the Pettersson line looking very dangerous in transition there.
And the puck is dumped into the Vancouver zone. Perry left wing, gets it off the end wall, tried to sweep it to the goal, hit the outside of the net. Ryan McLeod taken to the corner by Hronek, comes to Warren Fogle. Poke check by Bluger on the end boards. It rims up the far wall. Kulak tried to hold in, nearly gave it away to Garland, got it back, tried a shot and missed the net. Now Ceci from the top of the right circle throws it to the goal, tipped in front by Perry, wide to the target. Kulak again left point, middle of the ice. McLeod long shot, missed the net. Big carom off the end boards, comes to Hughes in the slot, and he'll get it right wing for Garland, who fights his way to center. Knocked down by Fogle, missed the puck, but Bluger gets it and leaves in his own end for Soucy. Teams trading blows here back and forth as they both complete changes again. Hronek from his own line. Fed it to center for Oman, who tips it in deep. Ekholm's back to it. Chased down by DiGiuseppe. Threw it around to the near board. Soucy pinching in from the line. Holds in. Bouchard back to it in the corner. Crunched into the wall by DiGiuseppe. Ekholm played it up the boards. Oman holds in. It's batted out of midair by Derek Ryan. Matthias Janmark tied up along the wall by Vasily Podkolzin. Niels Oman trying to dig it 3-2. Still in the Oilers zone. Then Oman dumps it behind the net. Pickard out of the goal. Near corner for Bouchard. Goes back far side for Ekholm. As Podkolzin tried to step into Bouchard but missed. Now here's Ryan left wing to the Vancouver line. Poke check by Zadorov as he was trying to drop the shoulder and cut to the middle. Puck goes to the corner and Miller leaves near side for Ian Cole. Cole passes to center for Pius Suter. Rink wide right wing for Miller with speed into the Oilers zone. Was tied up by Kulak as he tried to shoot. Puck rolls to the right corner. Miller still with it. Feeds top of the point for Carson Soucy. Long shot blocked off the stick of Brown wide of the net. Suter's got it left corner. Tied up the boards by Ceci. Pius Suter. Right wing side for Miller. Scoops it back to Myers at the line. Fed it across the blue line. It was tipped by Besser back towards Soucy, who couldn't hold in, and he'll play it back into his own end. Tyler Myers. Fires it into the Edmonton zone. It tipped off a stick, rolls right in on Pickard, and he'll hold for the whistle. And the Oilers, I believe, will not be able to change as this was flipped in from center. But they just got the McDavid line out on the ice, even though the defensive pairing of Brett Kulak and Cody Ceci have both been out there for nearly 40 seconds.
And a bit of a friendly bounce there for Vancouver. It looked like the puck was maybe going to go to the side towards past the net, but bounced to the center and giving Vancouver an offensive zone face-off here with that same Oilers line out there.
Pettersson line against the McDavid line. Pettersson wins the draw to Höglander, winding in the left circle. Carries behind the net away from Kulak, right wing. Back to the line. Hronek, long shot, tipped to the slot by Pettersson. Rebound, they score. Höglander here, hit the goalpost. I thought it was in again. And now we got a penalty ensuing from that play. My word, how did Niels Höglander miss that? Grade A chance side of the net. He hit the goalpost from close range, then Kulak took down Lindholm trying to get to the rebound, so it's Kulak off and the Canucks to the power play. 3:48 gone third period. The game tied at 2. My word, that's twice tonight we've thought the Canucks have scored.
That was a goal-saving penalty there by Kulak. Generally, you don't want to be giving up a penalty like that, but there, an open chance for Lindholm as he's leaning over, and Kulak denies it. 2 minutes here, an excellent chance for Vancouver to actually take the lead here, Batch.
Canucks to their 4th power play of the game. They're 0 for 3. Big chance to score a big goal. And it's a scramble face-off controlled by the Oilers. Matthias Ekholm's able to clear it all the way down the ice.
347.
Hughes behind his own net. Starting on the breakout, watched by Nugent Hopkins to center. Hughes passes right wing for Lindholm, gains the red line. Fanned on a dump in, but Miller gets it free. Rink wide left side for Besser. Close play at the blue line. Lindholm on the right wing, I believe, was onside. Now Hughes gets it to the point. Right circle, Miller. Back to Pettersson. Far point to Miller's side of the goal. Backhand to forehand. Stopped by Pickard. And he covered up the rebound with Miller driving the net. Miller's tried that play. Backhand to forehand in tight a couple of times tonight. But Calvin Pickard has been wise to it.
And it's a smart move. You've got a goaltender that hasn't played much in this series. You want to create traffic in front of the net. If you score there and you're JT Miller, that's great. But if not, you've got a couple of players in and around the crease that are battling in the blue paint there. Elias Lindholm was in the neighborhood too. But Pickard does a good job there to cover up with the glove.
Lindholm and Draisaitl on the draw to the left of Pickard in the Oilers zone. 1:28 left in the Canuck power play. 4:19 into the third period. It's a 2-all tie in Game 5. Canucks win the draw. Hughes right wing for Pettersson. Side of the net for JT Miller. Top of the point for Hughes. Left circle. Besser one-timer. It was blocked by Ceci. And Calvin Pickard's lucky that Ceci blocked that because he was actually falling in the crease trying to recover as he slid to his right, and had that been on target, it probably would have been past him.
And that was a very close chance, and a couple of good blocks by the Edmonton Oilers in this period. First, it was 5-on-5. Darnell Nurse getting in front of Elias Pettersson shot, and here Brock Besser looked like he had an angle as well. But that's blocked in front of the net as well.
Miller chatting with Pettersson before this faceoff. They might have a set play here. Miller wins it to Besser. Left point for Hughes. Passes back down the near boards to Besser. Again to Hughes. Now to the right circle for Pettersson. Takes it on his backhand. Elias Pettersson to Besser. Left circle. Back to Hughes at the line. One-timer. Blocked in front. Rebound in the crease. He is cleared from the slot by Nugent Hopkins all the way back down the ice. Under a minute left in the Canuck power play. Hughes His own line left wing, spins away from McLeod, drops to Pettersson. He'll skate it into the Oilers zone and fire it around the end boards. Lindholm after it on the far side, tied up by Fogle, got it free to Miller. Miller delays, tried to drop pass, turned it over, and Warren Fogel's out to center with a burst of speed. He was trying to get back. Fogle, right wing, poke checked, he fired a backhander off the outside of the net. And then McLeod plays it back to center for Desharnais, who dumps it back in with 30 seconds left in the Vancouver man advantage. And the top power play unit will begin to change. Hughes, left wing, around Connor Brown, into the Oilers zone. High slot, protected the puck right wing, carries down the boards. Hughes into the corner, banks it back to Suter, off the bench. Down the right wing, now to the line for Connor Garland, cover it. Garland to the top of the right circle, driving into the corner. Behind the Oiler net, left wing Miller, near circle, one-timer, he missed the net. Trying to pick the top right corner, and it deflects off the corner boards back into the Canucks zone. Kulak's out of the box. Vancouver's 0 for 4 on the power play tonight as we near the 6-minute mark of the third period with Game 5 between the Canucks and Oilers tied at 2. Now Myers gains the center ice red line, carries left wing into the Edmonton end, dumps it behind the net. Joshua's after it far corner. Knocked it free for Connor Garland. Behind the net to Joshua. Left wing side, banks it to the line for Carson Soucy. Slap pass, goes behind the net. Garland's got it right corner, spinning away from Ekholm. Get to Joshua's side of the net. Garland trying to wrap around. Pickard made a great save, sliding across to his right to hold it out off the pad. Garland still battling down low, lost the puck to Ekholm. He clears it out of the zone, but Myers has it at his own line, and this is McDavid and Draisaitl out there together being hemmed in their own end by the Canucks. Garland left wing, makes a move around Bouchard to the slot, driving the goal, lost the puck, he fell down, and Bouchard gets it free. He'll take some time and pass it left wing for McDavid. Into the Vancouver zone, Connor McDavid, watched by Hronek, spins into the slot, backhand shot kicked out by Shelov's. Rebound is cleared by Di Giuseppe, and the Canucks have numbers the other way. Di Giuseppe to center, banks it into the other zone, chipped it past Bouchard, Pickard out of his crease, cleared it to the near corner, and Di Giuseppe's after it. Got it to Podkolzin, rims it right point for Hronek. Canucks all over the Oilers here, looking for the go-ahead goal. Podkolzin. Right wing side, being hounded by Ceci, lost the puck. Dylan Holloway's got it. He'll chip it all the way down. This is going to be icing against the Oilers, and they're not going to be able to change. A tired Edmonton line. McDavid's been out there for a minute 19. Draisaitl a minute 18. Bouchard a minute 16. And here comes the Pettersson lineup for the offensive zone draw. 7:04 gone in the third period. Game 5 is tied at 2.
And what leads to this icing is a second effort by Bill Di Giuseppe as he's trying to gain the zone. It doesn't make it in at the first attempt, but he stays with it, gets it deep, and that's what creates pressure for the Canucks.
Pettersson and Draisaitl on the draw, near circle in the Oilers zone to our left. Scrambled face-off. Draisaitl took Pettersson down off the draw, gave him an extra cross-check, too, as the Oilers clear it into the Canucks zone. Holloway was offside of the line, a delayed offside, so the Canucks will have time to break out with the Oilers changing. Myers to center, drops left wing for Hughes, gains the red line, fires it in around the end glass. Kulak far corner, turned it over to Pettersson, top of the right circle, played it down low to Lindholm, back to Pettersson, right circle, left side for Hughes, has to settle a bouncing puck, carries back top of the point, trying to find a shooting lane. Hughes doesn't have one. Dances away from Holloway on the boards. Attempted a shot, it was blocked off a stick to the right corner. Hoglander gets it. Plays below the goal line for Elias Lindholm. Spinning away from Kulak. Lindholm, bottom of the left circle, to the line for Quinn Hughes. Shot through traffic, tipped off a stick. Completely changed directions, but missed the net in the near corner. And Holloway on the near side sweeps it out to center. Nugent Hopkins trying to skate onto it. Beaten to the puck by Hronek. He clears back to the red line, and Holloway fires it in on Shelov's, who kicks it out into the slot for Quinn Hughes. Hughes, right wing for Hronek. Winding middle of the ice to center, got around Corey Perry. Hronek passed it left wing. Miller tried to chip it in deep, but it deflects over the glass and out of play. 8:07 gone in the third period. Canucks and Oilers tied at 2 in Game 5 tonight from Rogers Arena on Alpine Credits Canucks Playoff Hockey, streaming on the Sportsnet app and along the Sportsnet radio network.
The hardest work should lead to the best quality of life. If you're a skilled trades worker, you might not be feeling that way right now. But in Alberta, skilled trades workers can earn more, save more, and live more with better wages and a lower cost of living. Visit albertaiscalling.ca to learn more about the $5,000 moving bonus for the first 2,000 skilled trades workers who move to Alberta, stay for a year, and successfully apply. A message from the Government of Alberta.
As you gear up to support your favorite team this spring, know that your favorite Kubota equipment dealer is elevating their game too. Swing by
Hey, you. Yeah, I'm talking to you. You haven't subscribed yet, have you? Come on, hit that subscribe button. Help us get over 20,000 tonight. Don't be part of the 70% plus that has not subscribed, that's hanging out listening to this game. If you're listening and you're hanging out with us, hit that subscribe button and help this community grow past 20,000. We're so close. Thank you for hitting that button. Much appreciated. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Just do it. It's really easy. And thank you. Much appreciated. Go whichever team you're cheering for. We'll see you in the chat.
Hey, this is JT Miller, and you're on the home of the Canucks.
Canucks with the draw. Miller scores right off the face-off. He rips it top shelf.
Sportsnet Radio Network.
You're listening to Alpine Credits Canucks playoff hockey on Sportsnet 650 and the Sportsnet Radio Network. Own your home. Alpine Credits can get your loan approved. Alpine Credits homeowners get approved. Visit alpinecredits.ca. 8:07 elapsed in the third period tonight in Vancouver. The Canucks and Oilers are tied at 2 in Game 5. Vancouver out shooting Edmonton 34-18 in the hockey game, and this is now the most shots the Canucks have managed in a game in the playoffs this year. Shots are 6-3 in favor of Vancouver here in the third as the Oilers win a face-off at their own line. Desharnais in his own zone. Across to Darnell Nurse, back to Vincent Desharnais, goes right wing to center. And it rolls all the way down, and it's icing against Edmonton. The Draisaitl line will have to go back into its own zone for the face-off.
There's a lot of thought that Elias Lindholm was a finesse player, maybe a flair player while he was in Calgary. Of course, he got Selke votes there as well, but every time he's in the neutral zone battling with Evander Kane or Leon Draisaitl, it's a physical brand of hockey. He's cross-checking. He's really, leaning into that matchup. He's a physical presence out there.
Blueger and Draisaitl on the draw, left circle in the Oilers zone, comes straight to Garland, got a quick snapshot away from the circle through traffic, but he missed the net. It went over the goal. Zadorov holds in right point. Down the far boards for Dakota Joshua, protecting it on the wall. Draisaitl trying to clear it. Blueger in to help out. Evander Kane there too. Canucks continue to fight like dogs on a bone for the puck, and Blueger dumps it behind the Oiler net. Garland on the forecheck, pins Desharnais to the end boards, gets it free. Garland left corner, tanks it off the back of the goal to himself. Now plays left point for Quinn Hughes. Hughes from the line, trying to wrist shot blocked by Holloway. Evander Kane missed the puck, but then carries it left wing to center, and he'll drive into the Canucks zone. He's hammered by Zadorov. Played the puck past him, and Blueger goes behind his own goal for Hughes. Up the near side for Joshua. To center on left wing for Garland. Drive to the Oiler line, trying to get around Ceci, who pushed him to the boards, separated him from the puck, and Evander Kane takes it behind his own net. Kane fires it high in the air to the Canuck line. Susie can't bat it down. Ceci's onto it instead. Try to shot top angle. Stop by Shelovs. Myers clears the rebound behind the net as Susie finished his check on Ceci. Now Myers clears it to the Oiler line. Here's Di Giuseppe on the forecheck. He's got it right corner. Driving the goal. Got a shot. He fired it across the face of goal and wide of the net. Susie can't hold in near point. Fogle gets it out to center. Oilers on their heels, hanging on right now with the Canucks pressing for the go-ahead goal. Susie flips it deep. Puck pulls it. Left wing. Gets to it on the forecheck. Right corner for Niels Oman. Was tripped up by Ryan McLeod. Now here's Warren Fogle with speed to the Vancouver line. He pulled back. Fogle with a long shot. Elevated it over the crossbar. And Podkolzin on the near side. Clears it out of the zone for Niels Oman left wing. Oman battling with Brown. Podkolzin in to help out. Now here's Oman left wing to the Oiler line. Fogle pressuring him on the back check. Oman jumps into the corner. Hronek lays a big hit on Bouchard down low. And Kulak clears it out to center. Besser leaves it his own line for Cole. Ahead for Hronek. He'll spin back into his own end as both teams complete changes. Hronek left wing for Cole. Skates to center, dumps it in around the end glass. Suitors after it right wing, beaten to the puck by Ekholm. Flipped it to the line. Myers initially held in, but McDavid follows up, gets it right wing to center for Nugent Hopkins. Dumped it into the Canucks zone. Cole gloves it down, goes D to D far side for Tyler Myers. Myers to the Oiler line for Miller. Middle of the ice, gains the line, back to Myers, driving through the middle, lost the puck in his skates, and Hyman is content to flip it out of the zone. Susie contending with a rolling puck. McDavid chips it past him in deep. Pettersson back to it. Shrugs off McDavid behind the net, gets it to Susie, near side for Suter, and the Canucks bank it out to center again. Oilers' top line hasn't really been able to even establish offensive zone timing in this third period, and the Canucks will break out again. Lindholm to center for Pettersson. Driving the Oiler line. Left wing, try to toe drag high slot. Puck rolls to the right corner. Pettersson's after it. Goes behind the net for Lindholm. Pinned to the end boards by Desharnais. Pettersson in to help out. Nurse knocked it free far side. Hughes in from the line. Battling with Janmark on the boards. Matthias Janmark flips it high in the air to center. But it goes into the benches and out of play with 8:52 remaining in the third period. A 2-all tie in Game 5. The Canucks and the Oilers from Rogers Arena on Alpine Credits Canucks Playoff Hockey on Sportsnet 650 on the Sportsnet Radio Network.
Carter Honda is on the bandwagon, and it's game time, saving the best deals for the playoffs. Lease a new Honda Civic or HR-V from just 3.49% with plenty.
Hey Insiders, TSI Mike here. Thank you for hanging out with us again tonight. Game number 5 of the Vancouver Canucks and Edmonton Oilers series. What a series this has been. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Make sure you hit that like button down below. As well, if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. We are getting so close to passing 20,000 subscribers. The push is on tonight. So if you're new here, please join this awesome insider community and hit that subscribe button. We'll talk to you guys real soon, and let's enjoy the game. It's going to be a good one. We know that. Who's going to get it done? McDavid and the Oilers or the Canucks at home? Are they going to pull it off? Take the 3-2 series lead back to Game 6? We'll see. Let's see you guys in the chat. Get loud. Cheer on your teams.
Seriously tasty favorites. And for lunch or dinner, Max's Deli Case is stocked with 60 freshly made meals and savories. Eat at a cozy table or take it with you. Grab a treat at Max's Bakery and Deli, Vancouver's ultimate sweet escape. Open daily 6:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. at 3105 Oak Street. Online at maxsdeli.ca.
Hey, this is Carson Soucy, and you're on the home of the Canucks, Sportsnet 650.
Make sure to stay tuned after tonight's game for the Canucks Central postgame show. Satyar Shah, Bick Nazar, and Brett Festerling will take your calls and texts. They'll chat with Ian McIntyre. You'll hear Rick Tockett's postgame presser live from the podium and much more right here on your home of the Canucks, Sportsnet 650 and the Sportsnet Radio Network. 8:52 left in the third period. Canucks and Oilers tied at 2 in Game 5. Vancouver has carried the play for the second period and most of this third as well. And they've got a face-off of the Oilers zone to our left far circle. Miller and Draisaitl on the draw. Draisaitl's thrown out, so McDavid will step in as Chris Knobloch puts his two top guns on the ice together along with Zach Hyman. Miller wins the draw. Right wing boards, recovers it himself. Watched by McDavid, try to pass back to the line, broken up by Draisaitl. Gets it to center for Zach Hyman. Hyman right wing, dumps it into the near corner. Myers back to the puck. Grabbed a hold of by Hyman. He grabbed his stick. Spun him as he went to the end boards. Canucks come away with it anyway. Besser, left wing for Miller. Into the Oilers zone, forced wide by Ekholm to the corner. Miller trying to protect the puck, lost it. And McDavid back to it, clears it up the near side for Leon Draisaitl. Draisaitl, a backhand pass to center for Bouchard. Chance for a 3-on-2. Bouchard, high slot, shoots, stopped by Shelovs, and he held on with the glove. Ekholm driving the net, is cleared out from the front of the goal by Myers. And the faceoff will come in the Vancouver zone with 8:21 remaining third period. Game 5 is tied at 2.
And the Canucks' rush defense has been much better for 2 reasons. They're not giving up the puck in dangerous situations anymore. But even when Edmonton tries to attack, good stick checks by the Canucks and just excellent back pressure and back checking to get back into the play. So that's just a really important part of the game when you're playing the Edmonton Oilers, who can attack within seconds going down the ice.
Shelovs has looked confident tonight. 18 saves on 20 Oilers shots. He's been the quieter of the two goaltenders. While Cal Pickard has been solid for Edmonton. 32 saves on 34 Canucks shots. Lindholm and Draisaitl on the draw. Draisaitl wins it back, but Joshua off the faceoff. Skates left wing to center, gains the red line, and dumps it in. It's Joshua, Lindholm, and Pettersson on the ice together here right now. So Niels Höglander, maybe not done for the night, but certainly demoted for the moment. Now here's Hyman, right wing to the Vancouver line, crunched into the boards by Soucy as he dumped it in. Draisaitl can't find it near corner, forced to the boards by Myers. Pettersson gets it free, far side for Lindholm. Chips it to center for Joshua, drops to Soucy. Skating to the red line, is content to dump it in, and both teams will complete changes.
Part of that reason of trusting Dakota Joshua in this situation, he can be trusted defensively, but also for that reason right there, he can hold pucks up and support his fellow line mates.
Evander Kane clears left corner into the Canucks zone. Ryan McLeod on the forecheck. Plays it around near side for Corey Perry. Perry on the end boards. Behind the Canuck goal. Trying to drive out front. Wraparound chance. Stopped by Shelovs with a pad, and he covers up for the whistle. With Kane and Zadorov into it, and Evander Kane did the Corey Perry and held his stick out in front of him in a cross-checking position to prevent Zadorov from getting at it.
And he's getting a talking to from the officials now as he's playing on that line like Corey Perry, and Perry picks up the puck in the right corner, just curls with a wraparound. Hughes thinks he's going to go towards the far boards, the left-hand side, but Perry tries to wrap around, but Shelovs is in a good spot, seals the bottom of the ice.
Perry tried to get him 5-hole, but couldn't. Corey Perry does not have a point in the playoffs this year. 38 years of age. And now it's McLeod, Kane, and Perry who stay on the ice against Blueger, Garland, and Joshua in the Vancouver zone. 7:33 left in the third. Game 5 is tied at 2. And McLeod wins the face-off, left point for Nurse. Funnels it behind the Canuck net. Perry on the end boards, pushed to the wall by Zadorov. He knocked him down. Blueger in to get the puck, goes up the near side for Joshua. He'll protect it from Ryan McLeod. And flip it high in the air and out to center on right wing. Garland after the puck. McLeod didn't have a stick, so he couldn't receive it, allowing Garland to dump it in. Desharnais on the end boards, pressured by Garland. Comes to Blueger, right corner. Battling with McLeod, sent up the boards of Andrew Kane and Ian Cole after it. Blueger in to help out. Dumps it cross ice into the left corner. Garland spins away from Nurse down low. Protected the puck well on the boards. Back to Zadorov, left point. Long shot. Missed past the glove side of Pickard. And Ian Cole has to chase it back to center. 6:50 left third period. Canucks and Oilers tied at 2 in game 5. The series tied at 2 as well. Desharnais in his own end. Right wing for Ceci. Banks it to the Canuck line. Zadorov broke it up. Bats it up the boards for Di Giuseppe, and he'll dump it in. Neil Zoma after Desharnais on the forecheck. Hits him into the end boards. Vogel's back to the puck. Clears it off the glass and back into the Canucks zone. Hughes after the puck. Watched by Nugent Hopkins. Takes it behind his own net out the far side. There's a backhand pass up the wall. Hronek missed it, but Di Giuseppe follows up and clears it into Edmonton territory. Ceci regrouping. Passes through the middle. Here's Kulak trying to drive the goal. Tied up by Hughes. Good job on the back check. Suter got in there too to prevent the shot on goal. Now Vogel centers in front. One-timer for McDavid. Middle of the ice, and he missed the net. Past the glove side of Shilovs. Ceci can't hold in. Right point. It's offside against Edmonton. It's 6 minutes and 5 seconds left in the third period. Game 5 is tied at 2. Canucks dodge a bullet with the puck on the stick of Connor McDavid, wide open in the slot, but he missed the target.
In a dangerous moment. That really starts with a slow change by the Canucks, and they get caught through the middle of the ice, and right after that, there's that sequence you mentioned, Connor McDavid, and he ends up missing the opportunity. Only 2 shots on goal and 4 shot attempts, which is a credit to what the Vancouver Canucks have been able to do defensively.
Face-off outside the Vancouver blue line, controlled by the Oilers. Bouchard gets it, left wing to center for Ekholm. He dumps it into the Canuck end. Myers back to it. Behind his own goal. Passes in front of his own net. Near side for Besser. Now rink wide right wing to center for Suter. To the Oiler line. Throws it up the far boards. Miller skates onto it. Watched by McDavid. Protected the puck behind the Edmonton net. Out the left wing side. Miller on his backhand. Cycles it around the end boards. No Canucks are there. And Draisaitl's got it for the Oilers. To center for Connor McDavid. Skating to the Vancouver line. Forced wide by Soucy. McDavid tried a shot. He missed high and wide. Past the glove side of Shilovs. Hyman to the line for Ekholm. Dumps it behind the net. McDavid missed it. It rims around to the near side. Bouchard pinching down the wall is knocked down by Suter. Got it free to Miller, and he chips it off the boards. Left wing to center for Besser. One-on-one with Ekholm to the Oiler line. Besser protecting the puck on the backhand. Carries down the near boards. His line mates are changing. He'll dump it behind the net, and Hoaglander's after it on the forecheck. Bouchard got it free to Draisaitl. Clears it high off the glass, but it goes out of play. 5 minutes and 12 seconds left in regulation time. It's 2-2 in Game 5. The Canucks and the Oilers from downtown Vancouver on Alpine Credits Canucks Playoff Hockey, streaming on the Sportsnet app and along the Sportsnet Radio Network.
The hardest work should lead to the best quality of life. If you're a skilled trades worker, you might not be feeling that way right now. But in Alberta, skilled trades workers can earn more, save more, and live more with better wages and a lower cost of living. Visit albertaiscalling.ca to learn more about the $5,000 moving bonus for the first 2,000 skilled trades workers who move to Alberta, stay for a year, and successfully apply. A message from the Government of Alberta.
Alpine News Network is here live with one of our superheroes.
The Prestons are a hockey family. Growing kids need food, and food needs a proper kitchen. I was sent by Alpine Credits to help with a home renovation loan. I introduced these young athletes to my superhero strength protein diet. Just consult your doctor before eating 300 eggs a day. Plenty of room in that new kitchen, though.
Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved. All right, son, playground time.
Dad, I'm not a child.
I know. We're going to the greatest playground in the world, the great outdoors.
Oh, can we go to Siwash first?
Yep.
This summer, before you head to the hills or the range, gear up at Siwash Sports for the largest selection of optics in the valley, from Zeiss and Vortex to Sig Sauer, Scorpion, Leopold, and Burris. Shop BC's newest Browning and Winchester dealer, the Fraser Valley's Siwash Sports, in Chilliwack and online at siwashsports.ca.
Hey, this is Carson Soucy.
They score, and just like that, it's 3-2 Vancouver.
And you're on Home of the Canucks, Sportsnet Radio Network.
5 minutes and 12 seconds left in the third period of Game 5 tonight at Rogers Arena. The Canucks and the Oilers are tied at 2 in the series. And on the scoreboard tonight, the Canucks have a face-off in the Edmonton end to our left. Far circle, it's Draisaitl and Lindholm to take the draw. Draisaitl wins it back to the far corner for Darnell Nurse. Threw it up the boards. Pettersson tried to bat it down but couldn't find it, and Nugent Hopkins flips it out to center. Zadorov at his own line. Back to the red line on left wing. Tried to clear it in deep. It deflects middle of the ice for Warren Foegele, who will dump it back the other way. Quinn Hughes near corner. Pressured by Foegele behind the net. Throws it off the glass far side past Nurse. This will go all the way down and be icing against Vancouver. With 4:47 left in the third period and the game tied at 2. Brendan Batchelor and Randeep Janda with you. Satyar Shah, Dan Riccio, and Yannick Hansen were with you on the pregame show. Sat has been with Vic Nazar and Brett Festerling at the intermissions. They'll be back for the Canucks Central postgame show, where they'll be joined by Ian McIntyre. Fast Eddie Gregory is producing the broadcast from Sportsnet 650 Control tonight with the help of Ben Basran. Lena Satagian and Josh Elliott Wolf are with us here at Rogers Arena, as is Canberra, the executive producer of Canucks Hockey and our fearless leader. It takes a cast of thousands to bring you the action on the Sportsnet Radio Network. Puck goes behind the Vancouver net off a face-off of the Canucks zone. Hyman has it on the end boards, tied up by Hughes. Lindholm in to help out. Chips it free far side for Pettersson. He banks it off the boards to center, trying to find Höglander. Ekholm broke it up. Pettersson followed up. Got it to Höglander. Back to Pettersson, right wing into the Oilers zone. Stripped to the puck on the back check by McDavid. And Bouchard fires it right wing for Hyman, who tips it in deep. Zach Hyman forced to the corner by Tyler Myers. Carson Soucy back to the puck. Plays it free near side for JT Miller. Nice feed to Pius Suter. Here come the Canucks to center. Suter for Myers across the Oiler line, right wing. Floats it wide of the net of Pickard. Suter's got it left corner. Dumps it back behind the net. Ekholm knocked it down behind the goal, and Leon Draisaitl passes to center for Zach Hyman. Hyman left wing into the Vancouver zone, wide of the boards. Myers uses his long reach to poke the puck off his stick, force him to the end wall. Then Miller and McDavid will join the battle. Soucy and Kane in there too. 6 players below the goal line in the Canucks zone. Miller able to kick it free, far corner for Brock Besser. Passes to Suter, driving to center. Knocked down by Ceci at the red line. He couldn't get it deep. And both teams complete changes. Now Kane turns it over to Miller into the Oilers zone with a long shot blocked off the stick of Kulak. And out of play with 3:34 left in the third period, and Game 5 between the Canucks and Oilers tied at 2.
Chris Knobloch leaning on his big dogs at this point of the game, where Leon Draisaitl out there double shifting. Connor McDavid on the ice for over a minute and 30 seconds. And a minute and, 10 seconds. But that's a situation where you want your best players on the ice. Vancouver's able to rotate through their top 2 lines and keep some fresh players out there.
Blueger line out for the offensive zone face-off against the 4th line of the Oilers. Ryan, Janmark, and Brown against Blueger, Joshua, and Garland. Hughes and Hronek on the blue line. Kulak and Ceci for the Canucks. This could be a good matchup for them here to try and take the lead. Ryan thrown out of the face-off circle. So Connor Brown will step in against Teddy Blueger instead. To the right of Cal Pickard. Blueger wins it near boards for Garland. Back to Hughes, left point. Content to rim it behind the Oiler net. Kulak far corner, battling with Joshua. He uses his long reach to protect the puck along the boards. Tied up by Derek Ryan. Blueger in to help out. And he gets it free to the line for Hronek. Left circle, Hughes. Back to Hronek. Top of the point. Wrist shot. Hit a body in front. Bounced high in the air to the far corner. And Ceci's after it down low. Threw it up the boards. Hronek holds in and dumps it back behind the net. Garland and Kulak after the puck near boards. Garland pushed to the wall by the Oiler defenseman. Gets it free. But Hughes can't hold into the line as Janmark chipped it out to center. Hughes throws it off the glass. Back into the Edmonton end. Blueger battling with Kulak on the boards. A lot of hard work from both teams here as Janmark gets it free to center. He'll drive the Vancouver line. High slot, long shot. Stopped by Shilovs. He took it right in the crest on his blue Canuck jersey and holds for the whistle. 2 minutes and 50 seconds left in regulation time with Game 5 tied at 2.
And a good shift there by the Canucks' third line, Teddy Bluger, Dakota Joshua, and Connor Garland, just to lean on the Oilers in the offensive zone, and they couldn't create anything there, but, this is a situation now. You've got Pettersson, Lindholm, and Höglander out there against Kane, McLeod, and Perry.
Pettersson and McLeod to take the draw to the left of Shelovs of the Vancouver zone. McLeod wins it to the boards, plays to the line for Desharnais. Long shot, sails well wide of the net, but Evander Kane's got it left wing, threw it back out front, bounced off Myers' skate into the slot. McLeod missed a chance on a one-timer. Pettersson fell, couldn't clear. Kane shoots left wing for the top of the circle, and Shelovs held it out. Kane again throws it to the goal. Shelovs makes another save. Ryan McLeod left corner, behind the goal for Corey Perry. Centering pass, blocked off the stick of Shelovs. Kane has it again. Right circle, pushed to the line by Pettersson. Kane gave it away to Zadorov, middle of the ice. He'll delay. Passes right wing. Pettersson dumps it into the Oilers zone, steps out of the way of a hit attempt from Perry. But Nurse fired it back to center, and McLeod skates left wing to the Vancouver line. For Kane on the boards, tried a centering pass, blocked by Hronek. Threw it ahead for Lindholm, who pokes it out to center ice. Canucks completing a change with 2:05 left third period. Game 5 is tied at 2. Hronek back to the puck on the end boards. Leaves near corner for Quinn Hughes. Had it roll off his stick. Comes to Nugent Hopkins right wing. Cycles to Fogle below the goal line. Spins away from Hughes. Keeps the puck. Dancing on the end boards. Fogle to the left corner. Banked it up the boards right to JT Miller. And he's out to center on right wing. Miller to the Oiler line. Dumps it past Kulak. Goes after it on the forecheck. Suter in there too. CC back to it. As it tied up in his skates in the corner. Now it bounces free into the slot. Holloway trying to clear. Missed the puck. But Nugent Hopkins will lug it out to center on left wing. Ryan Nugent Hopkins to the Vancouver line. Long shot blocked by Myers wide of the net. Comes to Fogle right corner. He's stripped to the puck by Besser. Besser skating middle of the ice. Felt some back pressure from Fogle. Got it out of the zone for Suter. Left wing at the red line. He dumps it in. Bluger after Ekholm on the forecheck. Left corner. Battling for the puck. Doing a great job, but lost it to Bouchard behind the net. He plays for Nugent Hopkins near corner. Ryan Nugent Hopkins pounds it off the boards to center. Soucy takes it down to the red line. Right wing for Garland. Into the Oiler end. Driving wide on Ekholm to the corner. Garland behind the goal near side. Lost his footing. Chipped the puck back deep, but Nugent Hopkins gets it for Edmonton and clears it high off the glass to center. Hyman after it. Can't find the puck. Here's Draisaitl with speed to the Vancouver line. High shot blocked off the stick of Hronek. And out of play with 55 seconds left in the third period. It's still a 2-all tie in this crucial Game 5 at Rogers Arena.
And that is a dangerous spot to be in as Leon Draisaitl gathers speed through the neutral zone, but Philip Hronek stays in front of him. Good gap and gets the stick right in the way. So it leaves the playing surface. But right now you'd expect Edmonton's top dogs out there, and that's exactly it. They weren't actually able to get them out earlier. They wanted to, but the Canucks did a good job of operating the offensive zone.
It's Draisaitl, McDavid, Hyman, Bouchard, and Ekholm against Lindholm, Pettersson, Miller, Soucy, and Myers. Canucks win the draw. Soucy behind his own net, throws it up the near side, and Miller tips it middle of the ice for Pettersson. Driving to the Oiler line, mishandled the pocket, rolled off his stick, but he lays out to keep it on the far boards, prevent the Oilers from transitioning, and Hyman gave it away to Myers at center. He'll flip it back into the Edmonton zone. Lindholm's after it right wing. Bottom of the circle. Centering pass. Pass off a skate. Rebound. They score! J.T. Miller! They pressed, and they pressed, and they pressed some more, and they break through with 31.9 seconds left in the third period. It's a Vancouver lead, 3-2 in Game 5.
JT on the spot after a great second effort by Elias Pettersson at the blue line. And then Elias Lindholm just palms the puck down on the right-hand side, waits for the right opportunity to send it towards the net. And there is some luck involved here as the puck goes off the post and pops right to JT, who deposits it into the net to make it 3-2.
JT Miller scores his third of the playoffs at 19:28 of the third period to give the Canucks a 3-2 lead in Game 5. The time of the goal is brought to you by Crow, your trusted advisors for 55 years. Learn more at crowmackay.ca. But the job is not done yet.
And a great back heel by Elias Pettersson on this play. He did that intentionally, which deflects off the post and pops over to JT Miller.
Pickard standing in the slot in the Oilers zone, ready to go off. Rogers Arena is the definition of noise. Officials are checking the clock, and they've added 0.7 of a second back, so now it reads 32.6 seconds remaining in the third period. There's a conversation with Chris Knobloch and referee Dan O'Rourke taking place at the Oilers bench right now. And the officials are going to have a conference here. Are the Oilers challenging this, or maybe they've taken their time out? As players from both teams go back to their benches. I don't know. The only thing could be the entry on the offside, maybe. But I don't seem to think that that was an issue. As Pettersson deflected the puck down into the zone. So it was flipped high into the zone, I believe, by Myers. Pettersson batted it down to Lindholm. And they had to talk about it. And they've said it's a good goal. Squeaky bum time now for the Canucks. 32.6 seconds left in the third. They're up 3-2, looking to protect the lead and force the Oilers to the brink. Face off at center, scrambled draw. Caught up in skates, comes to Soucy, pokes it to center for Miller. He lifts it in on Pickard, who gloves it down, leaves for Nurse behind the net. And the Oilers will try to break out. 20 seconds left. Draisaitl stood up by Lindholm at his own line, flipped it to center. McDavid tips it into the near corner. 15 seconds left. Soucy gets it around the glass. Bouchard keeps in right point, gave it away to Lindholm, and the slot plays it off the boards. A slow roller to the Oiler line. 7 seconds left. Ekholm to center. Into the Vancouver zone. Draisaitl was offside. Long shot blocked away by Shilovs. But there's a whistle. They're going to call it offside. The horn is sounding, but there's still 0.4 of a second left on the clock. So there will be one more face-off before the job is officially done for the Vancouver Canucks in Game 5.
You have to hold on a little longer here. There's a little bit of time left on the clock. 0.4 seconds with the face-off happening just outside the Vancouver zone.
I believe it was Tom Larscheid who said, "We've never loved noise as much as we love it right now."
Nothing like the playoffs, Batch. There's nothing like the playoffs.
They've added time on the clock here. 3.2 seconds left. Face-off outside the Vancouver blue line. Miller wins the face-off forward all the way down, and that is going to do it. What an effort for the Vancouver Canucks tonight inside Rogers Arena. JT Miller scores the winning goal in the final minute of the third period. And the Canucks have pushed the heavily favored Edmonton Oilers to the brink, and they can win the series in Alberta on Saturday night.
They got outplayed in the first period, but what a response for the final 40, limiting the Edmonton Oilers offensively, being in their face, taking on their stars and not giving them an inch. And when the moment came, JT Miller with Elias Pettersson and Elias Lindholm create the game-winning goal. And now they're going to Edmonton with a 3-2 lead.
Once again, the final score tonight at Rogers Arena. The Canucks 3 and the Oilers 2. Vancouver leads the second round best-of-7 series, 3-2. For Randeep Janda, this is Brendan Batchelor in Vancouver. The Canucks Central postgame show starts right now.
You've been listening to NHL Play-by-Play on SiriusXM. Head over to SiriusXM NHL Network Radio, SiriusXM 91, for the best hockey talk.
Part of the business, and coaches understand that. You're not happy about losing your job, but at the same time, you got to move on. And I think you don't want to sit there and burn bridges. That doesn't do anything. You got to move on and be respectful, and he did that.
Was watching the show yesterday too, Greg, and they were saying, because they were replaying one of your clips from St. Louis where you said our star players just are not bringing it. Our star players have to be held accountable. They have to be better for us to have a chance to win. You made no bones about it. And they were saying on this show, this is what we need kind of thing, right? This is why Greg Berube's been pursued like he has been. We've talked to you about how much better a coach you were the second time around as compared to the first opportunity you got as well. Can you talk to us about how maybe handling players and dealing with players and communicating with certain players is maybe different than it once was 20 years ago, or maybe the same in some ways?
No, it is a little bit of both, but it's definitely changed a lot. I mean, back when I played, you didn't talk to the coach a lot, and you could talk to a lot of players that played my era. They'd say the same thing. There wasn't.
Hey, Insiders, 20,000 subscribers. We did it. Thank you all so much. I can't believe it. I'm recording this pre-game because in case I'm stuck out at the soccer field or whatnot, I can just let this bad boy run. But thank you all for this 20,000 subscribers. I cannot thank you enough. This is amazing. This community that we have here is the coolest place to be to watch sports on YouTube. Thank you for being here. Big shout out to each and every one of you. All the credit goes to you. It's just me. I provide the place to hang out. You guys do all the work and do all the chat and hang out and get it done. I love it. Keep it up, you guys. The community we have built is amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And back to the hockey.
And I think, all coaches know that nowadays.
That was former head coach Craig Berube on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio on SiriusXM Channel 91.
SiriusXM Fantasy Sports Radio is the place for expert advice, strategy, and information from the best fantasy sports analysis to win your league. Plus, hear pick-by-pick coverage of live drafts and interviews with top players, coaches, and team executives on SiriusXM 87.
I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM NHL schedule for Friday, May the 17th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NHL playoffs, 7 p.m., Boston Bruins taking the Florida Panthers. Bruins on Sirius 161, XM 219, and Internet 922. Panthers on Internet 932. National feed on SiriusXM and Internet channels 91. 10 p.m., Colorado Avalanche take on the Dallas Stars. Avalanche on Sirius 160.
All right. What's up, Insiders? What a night. Vancouver Canucks get it done. They're going to Edmonton with the 3-2 lead. Can they finish it off in Game 6 in Edmonton, or will they fail in that job? Will the Oilers get it done after this disappointing loss here in Game number 5? Unbelievable night. Thank you all for hanging out here on Toronto Sports Insider. Matt, Harleen, Raul, Moses, Alex Key, Viz T, Chipoke, whatever the hell you have in parentheses there, Chipoke, Shy Poke, I don't even know, whatever, but cheers, bro. Thanks for being here. Sis, I don't even know if you're a guy or girl, whatever, but thank you for being here. Unbelievable. Victor Lewis, there you go. Let's go, Canucks. Way to go. Maple Rise, thank you for bringing the games overseas. BC, Poco Boy in Vietnam. Go, Canucks, go. Cheers, Maple Rice in Vietnam. This is what it's about. Guys, I just got to share this real quick because the post game has concluded on my feed. So you're just going to listen to repeat of today's schedule in the NHL on Sirius XM Radio is 6 p.m. The Vancouver Canucks. No, we don't want to listen to that. This is absolutely insane. Guys, I started this as a podcast doing soccer games. Way back in 2018, started this with my brother Nick Pateras. Cheers, Nick, if you're watching Glass House Soccer. Bro, we passed 20,000 tonight. This is insane. But anyways, back to the business here, y'all Oilers and Canucks fans. Thank you for hitting that subscribe button. Thank you for hitting that like button. We'll be back here for game number 6. And every single NHL playoff game from here on out, because the amount of support that we've seen here on this channel has been insane. This is a Leafs community. This is a dad of 4. This is a husband who has 2 jobs, 2 regular full-time career and a part-time job on top of that as an elected official, unfortunately, and as well a YouTuber as my side hustle. So thank you all for being here, and go Canucks, go. Grandma, I love you in there, Vancouver, and Melissa, big shout out to you as well. Melissa and Dan, thank you for taking such great care of Grandma, and hey, Grandfather, I love you, man. God bless you up there in heaven. I miss you, those cruises made me the man that I am today. God bless you all. Thank you all for hanging out with us. 20,000 subscribers. We're over 20,152. Canucks get the dub in Game 5 at home at Rogers Place, Rogers Center, Rogers Arena, Rogers what the hell? All these Rogers things. Okay, Rogers got it. Anyways, if you want some of the rights, give me a call. But I won't give up more than 49. So peace. Have a great night, everybody. Thank you all for being here. Cheers to 20K. The cats are yelling at me. Mary, go take care of your babies. I know. What? They're up there. Come on. Go up there. All right, we got to put the audio back up. They don't want to hear this.
That's the key to coaching young teams is
Mary.
how you teach them, how you develop them, how you work with them individually, but also collectively. It's not just about becoming a better player with the puck or how you stick.
I had to bring Mary in and give it a big shout out to the members here.
Or even being mentally focused from day to day. It sounds
big
silly,
shout out to all the
young
members of the
players
channel,
aren't as
and here is
consistent,
Mary.
Their habits aren't as good. They're not quite as.
Cat, she just had babies. What, 2 days ago? 3 days ago? She had 2 babies, and she was done with them. She was done with them being handled by all the kids and all that. So she took them and she hit them, and here we go, right behind all the monitors up here, the big TSI hub. Cheers to another great night. Thank you, all these members. Patricia, HTO Field, Super Sim in the chat. Super Sim, KQ, the GOAT. What's up, KQ? There's Junior, brother, my love. My bro. What up, man? Junior. What up? Mary didn't have no little lamb. She had some little kitties. Hey, Prep, where you at? Prep, I haven't seen you in a while. Hanging out there with Sam all the time. Come hang out over here, Prep. There's Carol, Peter, Michael P, Arnold, Hamilton with all the Leafs and the big wave signs. Mr. Roboto, PMIJ, my brother. PMIJ. Jeffrey Cairns, RIP, haven't seen you since the Leafs games. A lot of these names here. Dagger, my brother. Cheers, dude. Wow. Dagger, you the man. A veteran, a man who fought for our country, and by our, I say Canada, because yes, I am a Canadian, even though I live in the States now. And Dagger, cheers to you, brother, with working that work with Keo there, and getting it done for your local community hospital, Sick Kids of Ottawa. So well done. Big donation there tonight from Toronto Sports Insider community. We did a lot of great work for Sick Kids, over $2,500, and just got a great email from Joe Bowen with the email for the contact for Sick Kids. I'm going to get that over there here in the off season, set something up hopefully for the preseason, and yeah, we'll go from there. So great work, Dagger. Keep it up. And Junior, peace, brother. Take it easy, man. And KQ, the GOAT from Calgary, 7K, brother. Love it. And yeah, Oilers suck. All right, there's Taryn Boot. Cheers. And all right, I'm going to shut up and end this friggin' stream so everybody go to bed. We just passed 40,000 views. Thank you all. 40,164 views. Still 747 y'all hanging out with me. Gonna run an ad. Please click it. Help a brother out, would you? Help us continue to make more revenue so we can donate more to Sick Kids Hospital so that I can continue to make this my permanent job. Make this just my job. So I don't have to be working for all these companies and governments and stuff. I don't want to be doing that no more. All right? Good night, guys. Vancouver Canucks. Game 5 winners over the Oilers. Big dub. We'll see you guys real soon tomorrow. Blue Jays baseball coming back as well as the hockey. Good night. Thank you for 20,000. Cheers.
XM220 and Internet 927. Stars on Sirius XM channels 91, Internet 929. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your Sirius XM NHL schedule for Friday, May the 17th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates.
MLB Network Radio is your home for 24/7 baseball talk, featuring on-site coverage of every major event from spring training through the World Series and expert analysis from former general managers and players. SiriusXM, Channel 89.
Jay Kahn from SiriusXM NHL Network Radio was on the Daily Edition with Matt Gurney on Canada Talks, Channel 167, to talk about the Toronto Maple Leafs coaching decisions now that Sheldon Keefe is gone, and they look for someone to take over the team and bring in a different perspective for the roster.
Wonder if there is an element of a different coach needing to come in with a different style of coaching to make better use of the parts the Leafs have.
Yeah, and no, I think that's 100% right. And at the end of the day, too, I feel like when you have a coach there for a long time with the same core group of players, the message does get lost a little bit. And sometimes it's just change for the sake of change. But I think in this instance, it's a necessary change for the Leafs to make. And I'm curious, and we can get into who they could bring in as the next head coach. There's plenty of options out there, plenty of teams that have coaching vacancies as well. But in terms of his decision making, I mean, I didn't agree with many of the decisions. Now, there were some, and I referenced it, just before about the adjustments he was able to make in that Boston series. That was a positive for me, but there were plenty of negatives for me over the years as well. And I did feel like he got a little stubborn at times as well. And I don't know if the power play is completely on him. I know Guy Boucher was running the power play there in the playoffs, but it just looked so stale, and they were doing nothing different to fix it or to change anything up. And in short series like we get in the playoffs and small sample size, you can't sit around and wait for things to just play themselves out. You have to be able to make these adjustments and, not be afraid to maybe make a difficult decision in the playoffs, because it can get away from you very quickly.
When we talk about the rest of the coaches, do you think there will be a new head coach who will be slotted in over the existing staff, or do you think there's going to be some wholesale change postseason behind the bench?
Yeah, I think it depends on who comes in, and they could have the autonomy to maybe bring in their own staff, maybe keep an assistant here, keep a position here, but I wouldn't rule anything out at this point. And there's a lot of interesting options out there. I think if you were to bring in a younger head coach, for example, which I don't think the Leafs will do, then yeah, maybe you keep the assistants, you keep some of the people in place. But if you're bringing in a veteran, which I'm more than likely I think is the route that they're going to go here with the options that you're seeing available, those coaches tend to have their guys, right? So I think that could open up the door to maybe bringing in some other pieces, some other names behind the bench as well. And I don't know where you sit on it, but I do think that this team needs a veteran head coach behind the bench. Keefe was the young rookie head coach, at least from a National Hockey League perspective, when he started with the Maple Leafs. And that's a tough ask. Hey, here's your first NHL coaching job. It's with the Toronto Maple Leafs, and you're going to have a lot of pressure, and we're expecting you to win a Stanley Cup. And ultimately he didn't achieve his goal. So I think now at this point where the team is at, the core, and we'll see what happens to the core over the course of the offseason, if any changes happen there. But the core is getting older, more of a veteran core now at this point. I think this is what they need is a veteran head coach, someone that's been there before, has been in some playoff battles before to maybe push this team over the edge.
That was Jay Kahn from SiriusXM NHL Network Radio, Channel 91, on the Daily Edition with Matt Gurney on Canada Talks.
On the court and off, your home for the NBA is SiriusXM. Follow all the drama as your favorite team vies for it all. SiriusXM NBA Radio, SiriusXM 86.
I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM NHL schedule for Friday, May the 17th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NHL playoffs, 7 p.m., Boston Bruins taking the Florida Panthers. Bruins on Sirius 161, XM 219, and Internet 922. Panthers on Internet 932. National feed on Sirius XM and Internet channels 91. 10 p.m., Colorado Avalanche take on the Dallas Stars. Avalanche on Sirius 162, XM 220, and Internet